Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the den. I'm your host, Sir Ed Honcho. I hope all you guys are doing well this evening. I hope everything is, going fine and dandy in your life. I know things are not perfect for everybody out there, but like I said, I hope that things work out as best as they possibly can for you. Now, if you're not familiar with the den is the greatest show on the internet. You can search high and low, and you'll never find a better show. The reason why is because, well, you're here. And you guys are what makes this conversation so special. We will have the Denline open tonight because I do want to know your thoughts surrounding this. I know a lot of people have been speaking on it. I just want to drop my 2 cents in, kind of the way that I do things. And I think there's a lot of angles to look at this whole situation with. Okay, but before we get into any of those angles, let's see who we have joining us tonight. It's a lovely Sunday night. I hope you all are doing well. It was supposed to be a Sunday night confession, but I think this was a little bit more interesting of a topic. Plus, y'all don't be wanting to confess, so we may do that sometime soon. Make sure you hit that like button. It's greatly appreciated. And other than that, let's get into it. Like I said, let's see what we have joining us, and then we'll dive right in. Like I said, we got a lot going. I mean, I got a lot before, a lot of stuff to show you tonight. And so, we're just going to dive into it. I'm going to do my best. Not to take too long, but definitely have to. All right, shout out to the lovely Miss Kay Grace, the lovely Miss Sarah Loop, 17. What's the motherfucking deal? Everything fresh and sassy, always good to see you. I catch your live streams from time to time. I'll be being nosy. John, my favorite New Yorker. What's the motherfucking deal? Heidi doesn't know anything about black people or black culture, but for some reason, she's here. Well, we tolerate her, even though she's kind of racist. Well, we love Heidi somewhat. Beyond a funny nigga, I'm just saying your name. Deacon Obi, what's the motherfucking deal? Kenneth Cologne. Kenneth, the young man who has grown up before our very eyes. If you've been in the den long enough, you already know what's shaking. Miss Bell Northern Style, I don't drink sweet tea because I'm too good for it. Shout out to Miss Bell. How you doing? Sean, hey, what's the motherfucking deal? Broderick's here. Yeah. 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 You have no Astroworld jokes, Heidi. This is the den. What are you like? I'm going to say something about that in the Discord. Like, what do you, come on. Like, the hog, stop it. There are limits in the den. When have there ever been limits in the den? Delta Echo, I play golf for. Sean and Tony, what's the mother? Excuse me. I address the ladies. Y'all notice I address the ladies differently than I address the fellas. The lovely Miss Shonda Tony joining us this evening. CJ Lopez, what's the motherfucking deal? And if I missed you, I promise I ain't dishy. We just got a lot to talk about. And at this point, let's just get into it, man. What's going on? I guess let me hip you guys to what's going on, right? So like I said, it's shit everywhere. I got plenty of videos. I got some firsthand reports, and I want y'all to be able to formulate your own informed opinion, right? So I don't want this to be a stream where I come out, I rant and rave and talk about how trash I think Travis Scott's music is, or how I don't understand it, or I'm an old head. And actually, I think there might be 1 or 2 songs he might have made that were all right. But I always thought he was a dude from Atlanta. I had no idea he was from Houston. But if you don't know, Travis Scott is a 30-year-old musician, apparently from Houston. Somebody said Mo City. He's with one of the Kardashians, the little rich young one. I think he has a couple of kids with her. And he performed a concert called AstroWorld Festival. He dropped an AstroWorld album a few years ago. For those of you who don't know, if you aren't from the Houston area or even maybe Texas, you may have ventured down to Six Flags Astroworld. It was destroyed quite a few years back. But if you lived in Houston, the greater Houston area, even maybe as far as the Golden Triangle or somewhere else, it was a staple of many people's childhood, right? It was a theme park. It was fun, had a lot of great rides. Grease Lightning, one of my personal favorites. Texas Cyclone, the Dungeon Drop, the Batman. They had a Taz one that was never open. The Accelerate. I mean, I could go on and on, right? But we're not here to talk about the real, actual Astroworld. And I do kind of wag a finger at Travis because this secondary Astroworld where these kids who've never been don't know shit about it, and you're making money off our nostalgia. Anyway, But hey, pimp the game, right? Don't let the game pimp you. So let's talk about what happened at the AstroWorld Festival. I believe it was supposed to be a 2 or 3 day thing. Got cut short. Just it got crazy, right? Got really, really, really crazy, right? Uh, I don't even want to talk about. I'm not going to Drake bash tonight because that's a whole nother. I mean, I can give y'all an extended in if we want to go into Drake bashing and my disdain for the Jewish rap artist known as Drake. Anyway, so let's slide. Let's kind of take it to the more. Let's go here, right? Let's go here. I want you guys to see, kind of what happened, and then I'll show you guys some videos so you can kind of have a better understanding of a total understanding of what took place. All right. So make sure I got this up here. This was a Gladiators Arena, apparently, right? It was terrible, right? It was terrible. Why is this chat like this? Is this the chat I did like that? Oh, okay. Had that right there. It's taking up space. Anyway, let me read this for those of you who can't read well. For the Center for Kids Who Don't Read Good, if you know where that's from. 1,000 pistachios to you. TK Telez knows the festival get crazy, but nothing says could have prepared him for the tragedy that unfolded Friday night at the AstroWorld Festival in Houston. Began an hour before Travis Scott was set to perform. Telez and his girlfriend stood near the stage and hoped to get a better view of the rapper, but before Scott even came out, things got ugly fast. The crowd surged forward while Scott was on stage. The crowd became tighter and tighter. At that point, it was hard to breathe. Getting harder and harder to breathe. If there any, and that's a real artist. That's real music right there. You guys don't know about that. Where's that from? Anyway, Telez 20. Again, I think Travis Scott makes music for people like 21 and under at this point. We were all screaming for help, and no one helped or heard us. Well, there was 50,000 people there, so it might have been a little difficult, but we'll get into that. It was horrifying. People were screaming for their lives as they couldn't get out. Nobody could move a muscle. At least 8 people were killed and dozens injured in the ensuing crush that, according to people at the concert, apparently overwhelmed event staff and medical personnel at NRG Park. The dead range from 14 to 27. Concert goers described the event as traumatizing, with many witnesses saying they saw lifeless bodies being trampled amidst the chaos. Those who survived had to fight their way out of the crowds as the music raged on, right? So this, that right there, when this shit first came out, it was up to 11. That's what I heard at first. 11 dead bodies, 11 people dead. This was on the news. Then it changed to 8. Then, hundreds injured. I'm going to show you some videos in a minute that have, basically, it's like you ever been on a slab line? If you know what I'm talking about in Houston, or maybe you guys do things in your cities where lines of cars, art cars, custom cars, or whatever may go down, certain avenues, usually in the Negro neighborhoods. It looked like something like that with ambulance, right? And I'm trying to make light of it because apparently a lot of these people were traumatized, but I'm going to get into some things in a moment, and you're going to be like, it may alter your perspective. It may bolden or strengthen your perspective. We'll get to it. People around Telez began to fall. He said at some point causing him to fall as well. People packed on top of him, some losing consciousness. Everybody was crying. It was the scariest sound I've ever heard. Imagine listening to Travis Scott. That's the scariest sound I've ever heard. No, and people screaming for their lives at the same time. Despite his attempts and bystanders' efforts to administer CPR to those who weren't breathing, there was just not enough people to help everyone, right? So you're going to hear a common theme in a lot of these stories. There's so many people, so many people. You're talking about a crowd of 50,000 plus people. Yet everybody seems to have various stories of that they saw bodies dropping where they were and over here and over there. Yet only 8, and again, don't get me wrong, it should be 0, but only 8 dead, right? And they say dozens injured. I feel like the overall numbers in this thing are probably being a little skewed. And this is not to poo-poo on Travis. This is just to say that this may have been worse than it was, and I'm wondering if there may be a reason why certain things or certain numbers are being held restrained, not necessarily being accurately reported. Felt like it was a nightmare. Again, like these are just various people's perspectives, right? Aerial view of the crowd. Imagine being in front of this. Let me make sure it's showing the same thing I'm seeing here because it may be a little different. Yes, imagine being in front of this crowd right here, and people all trying to push forward, right? And trying to get to the front. Okay, start the application. And you're in the front of this, right? And imagine people from all sides of this. There had to have been more than just what they were saying, right? Again, but we'll get to that. So like I said, I want to make this quick. So, well, not quick, but I want to make sure I get all the information in that I can. Kids were dropping left and right. This guy, Billy Nasser, whatever, said, now on his thing, he said he saw hundreds. He said he saw over 100 lifeless bodies, right? Um, and on his Instagram. I don't know if I have that one or not. And that's why I say interesting. He said I think 100 dead bodies. Now people could have been passed out. People could have been whatever else. They might not have been dead, but when all this is going on, it's a lot of trauma, right? Said I picked some kid up. His eyes were on the back of his head, so I checked his pulse. I knew he was dead. I checked the people around me. I just had to leave him there. There was nothing I could do. I had to keep going. Kids were dropping left and right. Nasser, who works as a DJ, said he just wanted the music to stop as people continued to party without paying attention to the bodies dropping around him. Sounds a lot like life. Despite yelling at the camera and light technicians asking for an alert, Scott stopped the festival. To alert to Scott stopped the festival, Nasser said there wasn't enough staff to handle the situation. There wasn't enough security guards. There weren't enough EMTs and people helping out the crowd. The paramedics couldn't even reach the crowd, right? And these are all different people. This lady says, I think this is the one who says she's an ICU nurse. I heard her thing. I think I might not have her report, like I said, but I got some thoughts about that. But basically saying, people rush say no big deal. Said multiple people in cardiac arrest. It's funny that all of this stuff is tied to heart-related issues, right? A lot of this is heart-related issues, right? Y'all know there's been something going on recently that has been known to trigger, what is that called, myocarditis, heart-related issues. I believe you had to be a certain segment of society to get into this concert. That's just my thoughts. We'll come back to that. But yeah, I heard that, I'm going to show you, like I said, I'm just kind of run through this. I'm going to let y'all get the information for yourself, right? I'm trying not to skew it. Of course, I'm doing a bad job at that. Of course, I'm going to put my opinions in. It's the den. This is what I do. Full survival. All these people saying they're fighting for their lives. I'm sure all these people weren't in one spot. I'm sure they all weren't there. Here's the memorial going on. Here is some random white lady on a show for Prime Video. This has nothing else to do with the rest of it, right? This is just real quick. I want to show you guys this. Apparently they've updated this. I just want y'all to see the imagery. Make sure it's showing up the same way for you guys. I'm seeing it now. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I want you guys to see the imagery and the memorial. Get the fuck out of here. These are for the people here who have died, right? Again, 8 people, allegedly. Some people have come from out of town. Again, are these just people who knew these people? Or maybe, just maybe, more happened than they want to know, right? And again, this is a concert. I don't put it past anybody that drugs with. This is a video of these people all talking about it. Like I said, there's people all over the place who are talking about this, who went to this concert. And, in every area, every aspect of there was chaos. And I'm going to show you some of the chaos. And I want you guys to see it again to make decisions for yourself. But we'll get this out of the way. Like I said, a lot of flowers. It's just talking about city officials running the early stage of investigating what caused the pandemonium at the sold-out AstroWorld Festival, funded by Scott. 50,000 people were there. Authorities said, among other things, they were looking at how the area stage was designed. People are already suing. Ben Crump, the famous lawyer for George Floyd, already filing suit. That guy there is, man, he is very opportunistic, right? But you can't fault him, right? He's getting paid. I need to learn how to be that opportunistic. Say secure zone, obviously unable to stop people. Opportunity is really bad looking. They talk about the company who basically was in charge of the stuff. They talk about Live Nation, and they're basically reviewing all this. Isabella Ramirez of Texas City was celebrating her 21st birthday. Said when Scott came on, nobody could move. Everybody's squishing in, trying to push themselves to the front. Everyone was yelling for different things. They were yelling for Travis or yelling for help. On one video posted, I'm gonna show you all the videos posted. I got all kind of stuff, right? And it basically goes on to talk about Ben Crump. And investigators probe 8 deaths in Houston. I still personally feel like it may be more than that, right? But anyway. And this is just talking about, this is Billy Nasser. This is a guy, again, who traveled from Indianapolis, right? Billy Nasser. So again, you got people who may have come from who knows where, and who knows where they are. And don't be surprised if these numbers excuse me, increase, right? Oh, that's good. I mean, no, it's not really good, but this is basically kind of the layout that he had here. People have thoughts about his music, the artwork around the music. People are calling it sacrifices. We're going to talk about all of these things, right? So I want y'all to just kind of take note of the imagery, take note of the people, everything that's kind of going on. People saying you couldn't even lift your arms. It was so close. There's an Astro shirt. And, you know, really skimming through a lot of the same stuff being said, right? I don't want to be too redundant, but let's go here, okay? And I'm going to pull up a couple of videos for you guys. And first, I want you guys to see the crowd, right? And kind of what happened and what it looked like so that you can have the opportunity to kind of make it up for yourself, right? And I have lots of crowd video. So we're going to just let them play so you can just see different aspects of it. This was the very beginning as things opened up, which should have been a red flag at the jump that, hey, we might need more security. All right, so that's kind of the beginning, right? That's, you know, people getting stomped on, jumping back up. You know, it kind of is what it is. And people are just like, you know, fuck it. You know, we're just going to deal with it. Pardon me, because like I said, for whatever reason, the sound is not coming through my mind. I want to be able to make sure I hear something. So you got that. And then, you know, that part leads to this. So apparently he has popular merch for whatever reason. Yo.
Nah. Yo, hey, it's your boy, these niggas tweaking. These niggas tweaking. Oh shit. Yeah, they say fuck the barricade, yo.
You said we for sure have a problem. They mad because he buys us too many clothes. Bro, they are taking the fences and handing them back. Nah.
I don't understand. These niggas tweaking. Oh shit. Yeah, they say fuck the barricade, yo.
You said we for sure have a problem.
But for whatever reason, these people are going local.
They mad because he
buys the tracks merch. So this is, like I said, prior to everything jumping off.
Taking the fences and handing them back.
Let's kind of get more into what was taking place. And I really wish I would play something. So y'all And I want y'all to pay attention to the background music, because there's going to be a lot of things that are taking place and you're going to kind of hear that same sound. So this is different angles of the crowd. This is different areas of the crowd, and these different things are taking place. But I just want y'all to observe, you know, the sound in the background. So these are people who are basically getting smushed up against the railing, right? And are trying to, basically trying to get out, right? These are all people that are squished, getting pressed up against the bed. And apparently they're trying to pull each other across, whatever. I don't know, right? So, you know, all right, cool, crazy crowd. It is what it is, right? Claustrophobia. So then you kind of go, let me make sure, let me run through the ones that I've already shown, so make sure I don't double dip.
Hey, you don't want to get stomped on out here, bro, for real shit.
Help you, bro. Bro, he can't stand. He can't stand.
Bro, he can't stand, bro. Hey, come on, homie. Come on, homie.
Bro, you're gonna fall again. Your legs are wobbly. You're gonna fall again.
There you go. Hey, walk. You're good, bro.
Take him.
Take him. Push him.
Take him.
There you go. Get him out of there, bro. Get him out of there.
So that's unfortunate, right?
Security going to get help after finding people not breathing close behind us.
Right now, he's not having a pulse.
HPD coming after a long minute. HPD just waiting on paramedics. Paramedics finally came and saw the situation after another long minute. After carrying out the people not breathing in a stretcher, they started
I'm glad you mentioned that, right? That was the thing. You said, I knew it was something that they said that you had to be vaccinated, or I didn't know about the negative test. But think about it. Like I said, I mentioned certain side effects from certain things, and everybody you heard complaining here was talking about heart problems. Several heart attacks happen. People having several other issues that are heart related. Large crowd, a lot of pressure, hard to breathe, squished up against each other. You make your own decisions. I'm just saying, stuff to influence the way you think.
Supporting the VIP section behind us. Including Kylie, Kendall, Stormy, and Travis Maw. Security going to get help after finding people not breathing close behind us.
So, yeah, a lot of people unable to breathe, right? These are all healthy people. They feel like they're healthy because they are. Anyway, there's that. So, let me make sure I gotta see which one which one was that? That was CJ. Okay. I want to make sure I got so many of them. I got so many of them. They just don't miss it. What is Look at these people. Look, motherfuckers leaning over the fucking thing. Squish, look how squished these people are. Look at this shit. Look at these motherfuckers. This is borderline homosexual. this is too many strange men piled up on top. This is borderline homosexual. I don't know about this. It's relatively like this is fighting closest. This in any you're right. It couldn't have been a whole lot of niggas there because like in any black club in America, if niggas get this close to each other that are strangers, altercations begin to happen. That's just how it works. It's like the nigga rules. So, beyond a funny nigga might be on to something here. But look at this. This shit's crazy, right? How do you enjoy a concert like this? Yeah, some strange dude I didn't know was rubbing up on me all night. But hey, Travis's music, it was good. Now get the fuck out of here. This is that Billy Nasser guy. This is some of the videos that he shared, right? This is what he says. This is just look at this. Motherfuckers all over the place. Do y'all see that? Dude on the stretcher. There's 2 or 3 dudes that they're giving chest compressions to here. One here, one over there. So it looks like a third right there. That was the guy that they did the original interview with, said he saw 100 dead bodies. So you're like, man, this guy, Travis, like, what did he do, right? Well, we'll get to that. Stay tuned. I still got more for you. Hurry up and buy. Hurry up and buy. Let's go with this one. This is another situation where they're doing chest compressions. Hey, shout out to somebody as a brother. Talking about shout out to his motherfucking brother and some other shit. Well, people are getting chest compressions on the ground, right? I've never been to a concert where something like this is taking place. So maybe this is what, the new kids are into. He has some kind of shit called rage culture, right? Right? The rage culture. You got to rage. And, I'm assuming it's something like a mosh pit or something where, you get aggressive and you get, hype. And I'm not against that. Rocking hardcore metal people, rock and roll motherfuckers been doing that shit for years. If you was a fucking 3-6 Mafia fan back in the day, if you were alive during the crunk era, I've definitely done my share of throwing some bows. You know what I'm saying? I actually used to look forward to that kind of shit because I was going to clear the dance floor. But I don't see how you rage when you in a crowd this compressed, right? Like, how are you having a good time? Yeah, you hear that 90210 song, you hear that Standing in the Ocean shit. Like, this is, again, a similar time as somebody on the other video that we showed you, right? So, again. Now, watch this angle right here, right? Okay? I want y'all to watch that angle and what's taking place right there, where he is. I want y'all to pay attention to his location in that video. And I'm going to show you guys something else here in just a bit. I'm going to show you another video in just a bit. I want y'all to remember him in that area, on that location, because this is where people say, well, he's up, he's elevated above the crowd. He has to see this stuff. Why isn't he doing anything? Why isn't he stopping the show? Right? And we're going to come back to that. So I want y'all to keep that thought in mind. Let's go with, like I said, it's just so many videos. I don't think we're even like halfway through some of the wild shit. But let's keep the party going. No pun intended.
Somebody in the tree, turn the lights on. Turn the lights on, turn the lights on. Make some noise for my boy right there, hanging in the tree right there. Make some noise, I see somebody.
Now, can y'all hear? He's yelling medic. People are yelling medic. People are yelling help. He's like, make some noise for my boy in the tree, right? Make some noise for my boy in the tree. While people are clocking out all around, right? And I have not shown you, like, trust me, I'm gonna say we're not even halfway through. Just keep watching. We got plenty more. Even his apology and everything that came with that. But we're gonna talk about that. So he's got my boy in the tree, and people are yelling help. People are yelling medic. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. It's a concert. It's a lot of noise going on. You got your earpiece in. So you would think that the people on the ground would be trying to relay this information to the artist if he's not aware, if he's oblivious to what's going on, right? Or is he determined to want to get his money for performing? Hey, we got a crowd. This is my name on this thing. I founded this shit. You know, I want this shit to be a hit. I want this to be Woodstock or whatever, if you will, right? What's really going on? And again, we're going to get to that. We're really going to talk about that because, like I said, there's so much shit taking place. I try to give the benefit of the doubt, but at the same time, we have to be realistic about what's happening. So this is a clip I find particularly interesting. Actually, I'm gonna wait on that one. Let me get some of these other ones out because that one's a very important clip. Again, I probably should have warned y'all. I have a terrible job. I need to make that thing again. That some of these videos may be a bit graphic. They may be a little hard to watch. And again, I don't think any of them has any, end of life in it. I don't know for sure. Some people are definitely passed out. But viewer discretion is advised. Shit I'm supposed to say at the beginning of the streams, but I really want to get into this one, get to talking about it. But let's go.
Just play it slowly. We need somebody to help him. Somebody passed out right here. Somebody passed out right here. Hold on, don't touch him, don't touch him. Everybody just back up. Security, somebody help jump in real quick.
No, what's interesting over there, I want you to look at this angle. Now, that's a lot of fucking people out there. And look at where he's standing, where he was. And I'm going to let the beginning of this video play again because this is what makes me think that there's a lot going on, right? Because I think he's facing a different direction. I'm going to show you this from some better angles, too. Look at all these people. Let me make it bigger for you. I know if you're watching on your phone, you're like, Honcho, I cannot see this. What is this, a stream for ants? That's a lot of people right there, right? And then the angle in which he's standing at. And they've mixed some of these clips up. So now I just want you to kind of keep that in mind. It's kind of hard to see either way.
Just keep it this way.
Right? Now, okay. See where he's standing right here and that angle. When he says this, I'm going to show you another view. He's pointing at someone on that other side, right? So that means over here on this side, something else is going on. That's why I said that the accounts of all these people in different areas of the crowd, just all these random people saying a lot of the same shit. I saw bodies around me. I saw bodies around me. There's something else going on. And now there were allegations. I'm going to show you. Like I said, there's some other insidious things taking place. And again, I just want you to formulate your own belief, but I want you to see the actual footage that I've seen so that you can make, your own, formulate your own opinion, free and clear of any of the other stuff. But I think people probably have a good idea of what they're thinking of. But just kind of see the direction he's facing. And he's way over here, right? Okay, I ain't gonna play that whole full thing again, but y'all get the gist of that. And I'm gonna show you. Like I said, I have so many of them, it's hard to see which one because I didn't really number them or label them exactly. Which number was that? Which, okay, H7. These are people.
Drop it.
People here are hollering, screaming for help, 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 right? Again, now the angle of what this person's taking, take into account, they are further in the back, but that's telling you shit is happening up front. People up front were complaining, people on the sides were complaining, people in the back, in the middle, all over the entire crowd were complaining, right? And talking about issues, talking about problems that they were seeing. So this is why I say this was I think that some things were taking place larger than what the media wants to report, right? We want to say it was bad, but we don't want to say how bad. But I think with a lot of these depositions and things start happening and, these lawsuits take place, We're going to find out. Some people were paralyzed, partially paralyzed. Like it's a lot of stuff that's been going on, not just the deaths, but the deaths are, you know, the main focus. And we'll get into who's at fault and all that stuff here shortly, but just listen to this one more time.
Drop it. Drop it.
So, and I have, this is some of the other stuff. Then a man with the plan says, I have that light on. More people died at the Travis Scott concert than at the insurrection of January 6th. Makes sense, I suppose, right? But that'll still be a bigger thing. That'll be a large investigation. It was way worse, significantly, probably at least 8 times worse, if you will. I need to cut that light out because I got the little glowing lights on now, so that alert me. Because y'all know I'll be lost in the sauce sometimes, and I don't be recognizing this when I got to where the lights flash or whatever it goes off. You say murder on the beach, so it's not nice. Is that something you youth are saying? I don't even understand what that means. But there was a lot of this, right? I'm gonna play more videos, but I just want to segue for a second because there was a lot of this. This is the main kind of same mountain that you guys saw, right? Yeah, see you on the other side. They said there were signs that said like, "Will you survive?" They said Master P was performing right before this and told him, "Don't die tonight." Right? Why is Master P there at Travis Scott concert? Anyway, Master P was there. Maybe I would have went. Anyway, so they said, you know, his whole thing is this weird metaphysical type, esoteric, weird alien utopia, dystopia. Like he's just on a bunch of weird ass shit, right? I mean, a bunch of weird shit. I'm gonna show you guys more visuals as I'm speaking on it. But like, this is what was on the stage, you know, as he was coming out. Things like this give you a little bit more of an idea of what was taking place. Here's a flyer from the concert, right? What kind of niggas y'all know do shit like this? This is like, what kind of niggas be into weird shit like this, right? I mean, there's some new niggas these days. Bad Bunny was there, right? Apparently. We were talking about Bad Bunny in the sauce earlier. But this is this Astroworld, the real Astroworld, had nothing to do with no weird shit like this. The real Astroworld is a place for family, friends, and kids. You know, a lot of portal symbolism, a lot of passing through, a lot of these things open your eyes to a whole new universe. See you on the other side. This is on the main flyer, right? So a lot of people have tied their thoughts into this. You see this little, I don't have the, do I have the whiteboard up? All right, cool. I'm gonna show something to you real quick. This little thing right here, this little logo, if you watch it, he has on his shirt, I'm gonna show you something in a minute. He has on his shirt, the people are normal right here, right? And then they walk through this door and become something else. They're just regular people here that they end up having spiked heads and weird things here, right? This is kind of the shit that he's into. Again, you make your own thoughts, you make your own decisions. I'm not guiding you this way or that way. I'm just telling you what's going on, right? And then when we open up the lines, the call-in lines, I would love to hear, you know, your personal thoughts about all of this. You know, maybe we'll see. We'll see how this goes. But like I said, still got some more videos to show you guys. Let me just get this one. Let me try to get through a little bit quicker. There's some things where people did try to make some attempts, right? This is look at this. Look how smushed these people are. Look at this. Look at this shit, dog. There's no way this is comfortable. They're like, we're gonna talk about it. Let me just show y'all things. Like I said, I want y'all to be able to form your own opinions, and there's a lot more to show. Make sure I don't know if I showed this one or not. Trying to make sure I get them.
I see somebody in the tree. Turn the lights on.
Okay. I already showed you the tree. We already showed tree guy. Let me get tree guy out of there. Get this out of here.
All the real rangers around here, you know what time it is, so get your section straight right now.
You good?
Get your section straight right now.
Yeah, motherfucker trying to get up out that thing. Long ass draw she got on.
Gucci. Turn around and we should be good.
To everybody that's watching at home right now, I want y'all to see a little bit of how we do it out here in Houston real quick.
You might be you might be on to something. Like I said, there's a lot of I have not showed y'all the craziness that is Travis Scott. I'm just right now I've shown y'all the concert, right? Look, this is a dude. So this is a dude trying to warn them what's going on. Hey, you know, that people are dying over here, and he's trying to get on the camera stand to, like, you know, let people know. You got people in the crowd discouraging him, and you know, him kind of relatively being ignored. But I'm gonna show you some interesting clips pertaining that too. So just stay tuned.
No, we're in there, bro. So shut the fuck up. Exactly right. We're in there. People are fucking dying. I'm gonna save somebody's life. That's somebody's kid.
Two hands to the sky.
I'm gonna save them.
Two hands to the sky. Two hands up, y'all. Two hands up. Y'all know what y'all came to do. Chase me. Let's go.
You gotta hold people in the pit. We'll take care of them.
I wanna make this motherfucking.
No, we're in there, bro. So shut the fuck up. Exactly right. We're in there. People are fucking dying. I'm gonna save somebody's life. That's somebody's kid.
Two hands to the sky.
I'm gonna save them.
Two hands to the sky. Two hands up, y'all. Two hands up. Y'all know what y'all came to do. Chase me. Let's go.
You gotta hold people in the pit.
So, like I said, that's one guy. This was another young lady trying to.
That's okay with you real quick. Chase me, let's do it. Lost on Irish driven in boat cars. Just bring your girl, feel like she both bars. Your black nigga work at the ocean. So why we here, trapped on the ocean? I'm just one day away from going illegal. I'm just one angel away from getting the devil. Just one more. That's okay with you.
Just want something. Hold on, I can say.
I'm just one day away from going illegal. I'm just one angel away from getting the devil. Just one more.
Just want something from backing up the devil, or something with the devil. One chain from heavy metal. So very interesting, right? You know, well, again, we'll come back to that. But you can see this young lady was obviously very distraught because she felt helpless, like didn't know what to do. They're trying to yell at the cameraman. That's the only person they really had access to. This guy has some type of mic. I mean, he could have relayed some type of message if he was having an error or whatever issue. And I'm not to put it all on him. You know, he's stuck in between trying to do his job and, you know, all of that other shit. But at the same time, obviously something terrible is taking place. I want to show you guys the aftermath. And this is why I say I feel like things are a little bit worse than what they said they are. Let's just take a look at this as people are leaving. Look at all these ambulances. Look at all these paramedics. Look at this. Everywhere, all over the place. I'll make sure you hit that like button. Even though you don't like this shit, it's not something to like this stuff, but let the people know we actually talk about things on this channel. Be greatly appreciated. But yeah, I mean, just that's craziness, right? Okay, so it's kind of mostly like a lot of the crowd stuff. And again, like I said, it's not it. There's some other things that we can get into. I got a couple other little things I think crowd related, because I didn't separate everything. Let me show y'all this real quick. I think that's one we already actually saw. Down here. I don't know if y'all can see it at the bottom right, where they are doing compressions. Let me pull up the whiteboard again real quick. It's kind of hard to see it. Kind of right here in this area, they are doing compressions. I mean, what's crazy is, you know, we've gone through obviously several songs, and our songs these days aren't as long as they used to be, but still, this has been various songs, various segments of obviously of the show, and this is happening all over the place, right? This is happening all over the place. We've seen it from different angles of the crowd. Like I said, a lot of this is why. That's why I think the numbers are being skewed. Now, but this is what happened. This is why people are, you know, mad at Travis. But this is what happened when people are trying to get people out. This is what the crowd does. Again, you motherfuckers dance on the damn ambulance. Ambulance can't even get out because people are, you know, halting up progress. Let me make sure I got the right one. That was that one. Show this one. Make sure I'm not showing the same. Make sure all of these. This is another Now, this motherfucker trying to get people out the way, but obviously the person with the camera is also in the way. We'll show y'all a little something real quick about the wild shit going on here, right? So you see the individual who is on top of the vehicle, right? This guy is proud. This is his name. It's Loon or whatever else it is. Proud of his activities on top of the vehicle. You know what I mean? See, Heidi hates Houston because we kicked her out. We don't let her back in. That's why. It's Loon, and I guess he may be Loon as in crazy or whatever else he calls himself. Proud of this. He shared this on his Instagrams, right? Also in his story, you have this, right? Talking about LOL. If you know me, you know me. See, this is the reason, this is the problem with this generation. Motherfuckers just don't give a shit. They don't give a fuck. They have no concern for anybody or anybody else's well-being, just living in the moment. Then we're supposed to be sad when they end up in the moment. That one of the reasons why people couldn't get the help they needed because of selfish fuckhead clout chasers like this that'll do anything for 10 seconds of fame. You're an L. That's what we're talking about now. You're an L. You know, your whole life is an L. It's low. You're inconsiderate as fuck and you're a lame ass dude. But again, if you know me, you know me. He's okay with that. Like, again, as I say, this generation is purely clout chasing. Like, they don't want to have something. And I tell the little one often, like, hey, you can do all the stupid shit you want to. You can chase clout if you want to. But again, if you have no substance, that shit fades away quickly and it's on to the next person. If you do shit that's pointless, anybody can do anything that's pointless. And it's just, you get your little 2 seconds of attention and, everything bad that comes with that. And then it's on to the next one. But again, yeah, people like this are fucking losers. But getting back to it, like I said, there's so much around this. But here's a little bit of something different. Yeah, I hear that Potion song a lot, right? Now, this is one of the first videos I actually saw, well, not side by side. This guy looks like he's not all there. But look how far back they are, right? So it's like what I'm saying, like, again, how much of the crowd was really chanting this? Like, you see this and you're like, hey, why didn't you hear him? Again, 50,000 people, maybe a few people in the back started to chant. Again, you got earpiece in, you got so much going on. Like, I cannot fully fault him for that. But again, we got plenty more to look at. I'm trying to get through it in a timely fashion so that we can open up the lines. You guys can call in and share your own personal thoughts. I'm going to show you a little bit about Travis in just a second and who I know the character Travis to be, but I want y'all to see, a few other things kind of more so of his angle from the show. Not necessarily his angle.
That's okay with you real quick. Chase me, let's do it.
This is a video cut of where he was while all this stuff was going on.
Just bring your girl, feel like she both fine. Your black nigga run to the ocean. So why we here, get on the ocean?
I'm just one chain away from going heavy. I'm just one angel away from blocking out the devil. Just one mountain away from meeting all my too much power, too many out. All in the day I send the flowers. It's talking roses, I'm talking about her. Acting if she ha, I wouldn't doubt it. Looking through the hills, I knew she got the.
I showed y'all that little logo. Look at this shirt, right? Look at this shirt. And it's the same logo that was on the thing, but in the ad for the concert was black and white. Again, you can think about symbolism. You can take things in whatever context you want to. You can believe whatever you choose to want to. I'm just pointing things out to you because I want you to see them. All of the characters here start off blue with relatively round heads. They're fine. They go through, this little doorway here, and they come out red with horns on their heads and, shit around the shirt and on this side. That has to have some type of meaning, right? It has to have some type of meaning. If it's on the shirts that you're wearing where you're doing your show, the main event of the show, it's on your flyer, it serves a purpose. It has a definition. It has some type of ties to you and obviously your belief system at this time in your life as you're performing or going through whatever phase of music that you're making as an artist. All right, carry on, my wayward son.
Baby girl thinks she in Honolulu. Don't you know you in Navalu? How many chickens fit in the coop? Wonderful, she don't want to leave. She jump up, bounce back like trampoline. Yeah.
So you hear a lot of people yelling, Travis, hey, Trav, hey, Travis. Again, a lot of artists, you've heard them say they go into their zones when they perform or whatever, just like an athlete goes into his zone when he's in the game or whatever else it may be, right? Maybe, just maybe, I give the benefit of the doubt. He's not hearing these things. I haven't seen the dead body crowd surfing, right? But not that I know of. Let me get out the way for just a second.
Cussing the wings, I had to cussing the vibe, cussing the lean, cover the back of the line, for cover magazine, cover your eyes.
I want to do some new shit.
Very, very, very questionable. Even to the most, the biggest atheist in the group. There's certain things you have to say, okay, well, he's obviously trying to portray or trying to push some sort of message, right? No matter what you believe, obviously there's a trend here. There is something, there's an agenda as to, you know, whatever his message may be. That's not all, folks. That was that angle. Let me, this one. And again, I want to show y'all something from something I referenced earlier. Okay, now look at this. This is where they're passing him off, right? Unless y'all talk about that. That one I thought was more where they were trying to pass the body to the EMTs, right? So you got this, and he's kind of, it looks as though he's staring right at it. Remember, I told you he's up on this platform. That other video I told you they were calling for him, and it was at a different angle. Just, you know, just stay tuned.
Play it slowly. We need somebody to help him. Somebody passed out right here. Somebody passed out right here. Hold on, don't touch him, don't touch him. Everybody just back up. Security, somebody help jump in real quick. Keep going, just keep it just running. Somebody jump in, come on, security, get in there. Let's get in there, let's get in there, let's get in there, let's get in there.
Right.
Oh!
Like I said, if you look all around, where he's at, especially when this little platform is up, it's multiple angles that shit is taking place around it. And so again, you have to question, how much did he see, especially at this elevated angle? There were things going on when he was on the ground. When it elevated, there were different things going on. Now he has a better visual. Obviously, he's seen one of them, but this stuff is happening all over the place, you know? But how much of it can you see? How does he have Jameis Winston eyesight? How much of it is he recognizing actually taking place around it? So I kind of want to give y'all a little bit of a glimpse into Travis Scott and his personality, for those of you who don't know. And I do have, I got a couple more videos we're going to show, but I want y'all to kind of, if y'all don't know him, just want to show you, you know, things that he's done. People talk about him kicking the kid off stage or want to beat the kid up for the shoe stealing. He stopped shows for somebody stealing his shoe. This is something he's done. This is another reason he stopped the show here. You may or may not know about.
Hey, get your fucking nerdy ass off the stage, bro. Go. Now, you off. Yes, I don't know you, bro. Go. Nobody on stage, bro. Nobody on stage, bro. No disrespect. I'm an artist. No, I don't know. I don't care if you're working for Summer Jam. Bye. You're not working for Travis. This isn't Summer Jam. This is a Travis Scott show. The fuck he think he is, man?
Man, just trying to do his job. It looks like you're at the Hot 97 Summer Jam, right? But again, this is that guy. This is his mentality. This is his opinion. Shit. Travis definitely a couple questions as to what extent is, oh man, look. Imagine being, let's be honest, like this dude is not a gangster, dog. Like yeah, he makes beats and all this. This dude once said something about, you know, being upset that he grew up in a home with his father in it. His dad has degrees, his mom has degrees. I want to say his grandpa too. So he grew up in a nice family, not the typical single parent home that a lot of these rappers and shit come from. He was a college student, I believe at Texas, or some university in here in Texas. But I believe it was Texas, and he was getting money from his parents, and he was, instead of going to school, I think he said something about he shot off to New York or was in New York making beats or something, lying to his parents about being in school. Now, that's why I say I have a disdain for this gentleman, because you're going to have a lot of other young men and possibly women thinking that, well, Travis said fuck school and did it and made it, and he was one of the most famous. He performed at the Super Bowl. He's fucking on a Kardashian and all this. You know, the likelihood of that is very small, right? And so I believe that he's a person that, if presented with certain opportunities, by taking minimal risk but engaging in certain behaviors, I think he's a person that would be more than willing to do so. But I'm going to get into that. Like I said, I want y'all to have your own opinions. I think I've shown y'all plenty. I think a lot of you probably have your opinions made up. But I think that he, like many people are, is easy to deal with. So some of y'all may know about Tory Lanez, right? And the situation going on with him. Tory Lanez is a small man. Travis Scott, they say he's about 5'9", 5'10". This is a situation. This is one of the first times I've actually heard of Travis Scott. And this is why I say I think the things I think. And I just want to give y'all some background into who he is. Then I'm going to show you guys the apology. And I really want to talk about the apology. Just check it out. It's kind of hard to see in the background, and I'll kind of help y'all understand who is who. But this was a situation where apparently Travis Scott ran up on Tory Lanez something about a ghostwriting issue. But just hear me out. Just listen.
You want to handle it the way you want to handle it?
That's why we're here right now.
So I'm saying, what do you want to do, bro? Are we apologizing, or are you want to shoot the fade, my niggas? I'm just trying. Everybody can get out of here. Every single person can get out of here. Literally, every person can get out of here, and we can shoot the fade, my nigga. And we can just get out. Niggas want to fight. Everybody just get out of here, my nigga. Let's just shoot the fade. Yo, it seems like you're just trying to come at me, my nigga. I'm not for that, my nigga. I'm not for that, my nigga. I'm not for that, my nigga. We can shoot the fade right now.
This little bald head guy right here is Tory Lanez. The one who's talking about shooting the fade is Tory Lanez. And obviously, it doesn't sound like Travis Scott wants to shoot the fade. The gangster, gonna shoot the fade. Why not? Right? We ain't talking about shooting each other up. I ran up on you. I obviously have something in my mind. Let's shoot the fade. We're gonna shoot the fade. And again, Tory's a little man. But obviously, that's not the smoke Travis Scott wanted.
It's a man to man. It's a man to man, bro. So y'all want to talk, my nigga. This is how I came on here. I understand. It's the way the nigga came on. Yo, let me holler at you, my nigga. It's like I understand what you're trying to do, but yo, my nigga, but I ain't gonna be a man about the situation, bro. That don't make no sense. You want to handle it?
So obviously, you see that Travis didn't want to shoot the fade. So that tells you about his character, right? That tells you what you need to know about that. He said everybody can get out, so there ain't no jumping, there ain't no nothing. Me and you, one-on-one, we can shoot the fade. That was Tory Lanez in it. And shoot the fade, Heidi. The fade is a fight. It means we can fight. If I say shoot the fade, I mean me and you, we can fight to settle our differences. You know, you like to fade with horses. Yeah, I showed the flyer, Kiko, and that's what I was saying. That it's very interesting. But here's his apology, and I want y'all to tell me how y'all feel about it. After watching this.
I just want to send out prayers to the...
Hold on. You need to see this whole thing. I need to see this whole thing. And I want to know how y'all feel if you hadn't seen this before. Your thoughts on this one.
To the ones that was lost last night. I just want to send out prayers to the ones that was lost last night. We're actually working right now to identify the families so we can help assist them through this tough time. You know, my fans really mean the world to me, and I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience. And anytime I can make out, you know, anything that's going on, I stop the show and, help them get the help they need, I could just never imagine the severity of the situation. We've been working closely we've been working closely with everyone to just try to get to the bottom of this. The city of Houston, HPD, fire department, everyone help us figure this out. So if you have any information, please just contact your local authorities. Everybody continue to just keep your prayers. I mean, I'm honestly just devastated, and I could never imagine anything like this just happening. And I'm gonna do everything I can to keep you guys updated and just keep you guys informed on what's going on. Love you all. I just want to send out prayers to the.
So let me rephrase what I said about this apology. This was not an apology. This was just a PR statement. Because at no time during this quote unquote apology did he ever say, I'm sorry. Did he ever say any of that? But at the same time, let's discuss this, because is Travis Scott responsible for what took place? I do have, I think that's all the videos I'm gonna show, because I'm gonna show this one because I have accounts from two people who were there. They're a few minutes long, so maybe I'll save them towards the end or whatever. But I do want to share this last one, right? Because this is something that was going on, and I want y'all to know about this that was taking place.
I will tell you, one of the narratives was that some individual was injecting other people with drugs. We do have a report of a security officer, according to the medical staff that was out and treated him last night, that he was reaching over to restrain or grab a citizen, and he felt a prick in his neck. When he was examined, he went unconscious. They administered Narcan. He was revived, and the medical staff did notice a prick that was similar to a prick that you would get if somebody's trying to inject. That is one part of it. The other thing that's very important, there were some individuals that were trampled, and we want to be respectful of that. But we just ask that y'all give us time to do a proper investigation. Live, I will tell you.
B+, Heidi, B+. Now, so like I said, the other things I have a thing from a guy, and I mean, it's stuff that y'all have seen basically. So there's, I can show those later. It's just two other videos, but I'll save those for later because one's about 6 minutes, the other is about 2 or 3 minutes. But I want to give you guys an opportunity to, espouse your thoughts, to speak your piece, to share your feelings on the conversation. Give me just a second. I'm gonna boot up the line, and like I said, we'll do. God damn, I don't want to sign in. Damn, shit just updated. But I will open up the Denline, like I said, and we can talk about it. We can discuss it, and like I said, I feel like there's so much going on, right? I feel like there's so much going on. Who we trying to call me from Atlanta? Atlanta, who the fucking calling from Atlanta? ATL, shouting. What's the number? 832-694-1337, 832-694-1-DEN. You want to call in, share your thoughts, you want to discuss this, let's talk about it. Again, just your perspective, your feelings on everything that you've seen, information that you may have seen that I did not bring up. I want to know your feelings. I want to know your thoughts on this, right? And if you're looking for a good movie to watch, I know this is way off topic. I don't usually make recommendations. All right, well, we got a call. Y'all have to wait for my movie recommendation. All right, what's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling in to the Den this evening?
Man, what's going on, Hinchy? It's Jason S.
Jason S. You seem like the kind of guy who listens to Travis Scott. What are your feelings on, what happened at this concert and what took place?
Well, with no context seeing it, I was really upset.
Mm-hmm.
It was really I don't want to say disappointing, but it was just kind of like, oh man, that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that I actually figured it out through the Den Discord, and that's just another reason for you to join the Den Discord. So if you haven't joined it, you're missing out on a lot of great conversations.
I think you're missing out on a few great conversations. Some of those conversations are very, very bad. But there's some great ones sprinkled in between. Nah, there's some good shit going on.
I'm trying to promote the Den Discord here, man. but in all seriousness, but what I found out, and I found this out today, is that this is not the first time that he's, I don't want to say promoted this, but he has to, like, he kind of wants the wild attitude, like the mosh pits and stuff like that. And I get it, but that can lead to what happened tonight, where 8 people got crushed. They didn't get tasered. They didn't get pepper sprayed. They got crushed. And what really made me lose any respect that I had, which I don't listen to Travis Scott personally. I didn't really care for him, but now I really don't like him. I don't want to say I hate him, but he has given me a lot of reasons to hate him now.
So what are some of those reasons that you have for hating Travis Scott now?
For this stuff, but also some of the videos that I've seen. Like, he kind of, I mean, I'm not one to judge a book by its cover, but he kind of seemed like a douche. He kind of seemed like a mega douche.
Okay. So do you feel like Travis Scott is responsible for the lives that were lost at this concert? Do you feel like he should feel a particular kind of way, or do you feel like that's on the people who, you know, through the event, Live Nation? Do you feel like it's on the security staff? I mean, who do you think is ultimately the most responsible for what took place?
Man, that's a great question, because I want to say Travis is at fault, because most of the time when the artist is on stage, the artist is the one who can control the audience and give them a certain vibe. Like, if an artist wants the crowd to get angry, the crowd, chances are, is going to get angry. But at the same time, and I don't really know anything about the actual stage, but what about the event organizers? Like, there were people literally literally going to the cameras being like, bro, you need to stop the show, man. People are dying. So it's just one of those things where it's like, I have a feeling that a lot of people are going to blame Travis. Personally, I don't blame them. I don't blame them for blaming Travis. But I feel like some of it has to go to him, but some of it also has to do with the event organizers and just overall. And whenever you have a crowd of angry, crowd of fans who will do some of the most destructive things, it ain't gonna work out.
So you think it's the energy that he brings with his music, plus the crowd kind of was a bad combination, and it created this?
I believe so. And I remember another YouTuber mentioned this. I think his name is Jamari. He talked about how sometimes the music that you listen to, not a whole lot of people want to admit this, but sometimes a lot of the music that you can listen to can actually make you get in a bad place. And what I mean by that is, like, if you listen to music that's really, really depressing, chances are it'll probably, I don't want to say it'll make you depressed, but it certainly won't make you feel happy. Like, you won't feel good after listening to it.
Damn that damn Jamari. I say that all the damn time. You gotta stop listening to the damn music. The music is bad for you. Me and Roger actually, it was crazy because we were talking about that in the Discord like the night before this happened. And we were just talking about music and, you know, culture and, you know, how it impacts, you know, various groups of people. This is for some of y'all, I'm putting some pictures in the background. These are all imagery and artwork that Travis Scott uses, album artwork, music, concert artwork, things like that. So y'all can see some of the images I didn't show y'all while we were live. But again, like I said, it absolutely can. You know what I'm saying? Again, and you see a lot of his shit has a lot of symbolism, a lot of occult meanings, a lot of you know, references to occult things, like I said, as far as, you know, you see a lot of devil, whatever it is. You saw the portals. I talked about the little characters on his shirt. So do you think that people who listen to Travis Scott are susceptible to being influenced by this stuff? Because I saw a lot of people saying, oh, it's not that serious, it's not that. Do you think people are downplaying it? Because I've seen a lot of people who are more religious kind of speaking on it, and I've seen a lot of people arguing with those people, saying that it's not, you know, it's not that. What do you feel, Mr. Jason S?
Well, there's a good chance that it could potentially mind fuck somebody into thinking that, holy crap, my life is pretty dark right now, and listening to this music is only just going to make it worse.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I saw somebody in one of the comments too on the Jamari video say that they ended up having to stop listening to the music that they listened to because it put them in a dark place.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a good chance that it could potentially affect somebody. And I do agree that it is kind of downplaying when that happens. Like when somebody just says, oh, it's just not that serious, it won't affect you that bad. But the truth is, if it really is affecting you and somebody's downplaying it, maybe you shouldn't really listen to them and probably address how you feel. And that's really important, because if you're doing stuff that brings you down, chances are you need to stop doing it. And listening to like depressing music is one of them. And it's something that a lot of people, I would imagine, don't really like to admit. So, but that's just my 2 cents on it.
Okay. So, do you associate with anybody who listens to Travis Scott music?
No, not really.
Okay. All right. Okay. Cool.
I've heard more people say fuck Travis Scott than I like Travis Scott, so.
Okay. All right. Well, any other thoughts, any other feelings, any other, you know, ideas on what took place?
Yeah, this fucker's apology, which I'm gonna end the call with this. First of all, the fact that 8 people, the 8 people that passed, the 8 people that got crushed, went to the concert to see chances are what is probably one of their favorite artists. The fact that this man didn't even apologize, like you said, didn't even say sorry. He didn't even say sorry in his apology video. What really got to me was the fact that this man was looking everywhere else in front of the camera, just a complete disingenuous tone. And the fact that this man put a gray filter over his apology video, that has become one of the many reasons why I don't like Scott. It's because of that. Like, and he was looking around too. I think he knew. He just didn't want to say anything. Like, he just wanted to keep the concert going.
So here's the thing. You know, a lot of people don't pay a lot of attention to body language and things like that. That frequent rubbing of the head and the way that he was in that video, it can tend to be a sign of fabricating, lying, you know, being disingenuous. And so what he was doing, in my opinion, was trying to force feeling, you know what I mean? And he was trying to force it to make it look like something. I genuinely think he thought he was going to be able to try to force out some crocodile tears, but I guess he couldn't get it. So he just tried to do what he could do. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn about his damn self-esteem. You know, you can't want to be a super duper star and then have horrible self-esteem. It doesn't work like that, right? You can't perform at the Super Bowl and have bad self-esteem. You can't be tattooing your face, drawing attention to your face, having bad self-esteem. You're a rapper apologist, Robert Lisley. But okay, and I agree with that. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because I saw it was the gray filter, but I didn't even take that into account. You know, that's just to give the image of sadness, of, you know, being down emotionally, right? But yeah,
that reminded me so much of when a YouTuber does his apology video. You ever notice how when that happens, they usually, in the first part of the video, they set their camera up, like they're trying to set their camera up, and they usually have like a sad face when they're doing it. Did you ever notice that? Or have you even watched the YouTube video? Nah, you haven't. You're a fucking Neanderthal. What did I expect?
That's racist. That was a racist statement that you just made. It's the most racist thing I've ever heard in my life.
The most racist statement you've ever heard.
Yeah. I want an apology video for it. I want it with a gray filter, right now. That's what I thought.
An apology. Stick that apology up your ass.
Oh, you're a pleasant young man.
All right. I'm gonna head out, man.
All right.
But thank you for letting me call you, man.
All right, that's a bit, Jason. That's man. I appreciate you calling in and sharing your thoughts on that, man.
Later, man.
All right, there we go. So this is some of the imagery in the background of the phoenix, which symbolizes, new birth, new beginnings, crossing over into something new, the portal. We saw the other thing, what it would see you on the other side. Like I said, a lot of imagery, a lot of things being said that correlate to, beliefs that most of us may not possess. Some of you may possess it. Again, this is America. You're free to do these type of things. Again, like I said, various artworks, various things. I think this is the most disgusting of all of it. Right? This is just crazy looking. I wouldn't even want to be by that little weird thing. Right? But there's a picture that is tied to. And a lot of people have been showing that picture. It's a picture of this weird-eyed thing, and it's people like in all kind of disarray. And there's like this thing that's kind of eating people or consuming people, and it's kind of similar to that. But I think it's just a horrible deal, right? There is a lack of niggardry going on here. I don't think I saw no dark-skinned niggas at this concert whatsoever. Only white, Hispanic, and a couple of mixed niggas. So Beyond a Funny Nigga might be Beyond a Funny Nigga might be correct about that. Yeah, so there's that. Again, Travis has blood on his gloves, really. One glove or two. But again, like I said, that's what I'm curious. I want to know, is it your thoughts? What do you feel? Is he, at fault for this? Now, I want to say, I don't know if I have both of the pictures, right? Roddy Ricch, who I believe performed at the festival, he is actually donating all the money that he made from the festival to the victims, like to help take care of whatever, right? And I mean, he took nothing. I mean, he just did that immediately after he found out what happened. This is also one of the other things. See you on the other side. There was lots of pictures talking about hope you survive, things of that nature. To the port on the stage where the concert was similar to the opening of CERN. The grand opening of CERN was sick too. Yeah, I saw some people kind of mention that, right? And it's crazy because we haven't talked about. Gotta bring back. We haven't done a Supernatural Saturday in here in a long time because that's what first. This was some years ago. It might have been a Kush did damn near that hit me to the CERN thing. And the timing of it, how they operate and everything that goes with that, it's really strange, a very strange schedule that they have with that, how that works. Like I said, there are things in this world that exist. Just because you may be ignorant to them doesn't mean that it's not taking place. Sounds some occult shit, probably wouldn't even control it, but I wouldn't be surprised, right? Because we've heard plenty of stories. Like he feels like he's a rock star. A lot of these young niggas try to do the rock star thing. And we've heard all kind of stories of rock star, metal stars who used to get into odd behaviors, rituals, and whatever spirits they may have been into prior to then, right? And they get into their zone. Who was it? Led Zeppelin said that was their song, Highway to Hell, Stairway to Heaven. Right? And they said they didn't even feel like they wrote it. So I forgot what his name said. He felt like something took control of his hand and wrote the song for him. Some people would say he just stole it. And so, again, he's into various different things. I don't want to say a code 100,000 times, Heidi. And so it is what it is. Like, you are entitled to believe what you choose to believe. And that's why I want to know who feels what, because I've seen many different stances on this. Some people said it's nothing. It's just a show. He's just trying to set up a vibe, if you will. Some people saying this guy's a fucking devil worshiper. Some people says, some people say, hey, it's Hollywood. It's entertainment industry. People do anything to be a part of that. Right? Illusion mentioned CERN. Here's kind of a glimpse of that. And that's, I think, some of y'all's boy on stage. I believe that's your boy Drake on stage with him at this point, right? Again, this portal, if you will. Very interesting. Very interesting. Some Mortal Kombat shit, the underworld, if you will, right? What you got to understand is set designers, people who do, movies and, they, as far as clothing, as well, like every single thing that they do is calculated. Like you just think it's a cool, oh, that's cool. They did this and that. And they did everything that these people do is studied and calculated, right? This is not just a coincidence. They study their craft. They have an understanding. Lovely Miss Sarah Lou. And agree. That's what I'm saying. But I feel like, honestly, after everything I've seen, quick poll, right? 0 for no, 1 for yes. After everything we've watched, all the videos that I've shown y'all throughout the stream this evening, do you feel like there's a possibility that we will be finding out? We might not find out at all. Do you believe that there are more than 8 people dead? I don't know I don't know about you, Ronald. You do going down the weird parts of YouTube. I mean, you've said some odd things before I don't even want to know about. So you may be into some other understandings that none of us understand. But like I said, the problem is, people like to brush this stuff off because they're ignorant to it, right? And again, usually the dimwits, usually the people who are fans of this. And all it takes is a little understanding. Anybody who is a part of this, any costume designer, right? They're going to understand, the age in which certain fashions were popular. So if you're trying to do a movie in a foreign land in 1800s or something, they're going to have an understanding of what type of clothes those people wore. They're going to have an understanding of the fabrics. They're going to know all these things. They're going to know what symbols and designs were on it. People who are, like I said, set designers, they're going to understand. They're going to understand the history of it. They're going to understand why. Like, if you ever hear people speak on, like, great movies or things that were, and the level of knowledge that these people have, the level of knowledge that these people have about this stuff, it's uncanny, right? Because they study their craft. So again, like I said, there's nothing ever done in any of these events, these venues, whether it's Disney movies that people used to say they saw certain things in, whether it is, we got a call coming in. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
It's Bruh Lee.
Bruh Lee. The worst person on earth. How are you doing, Bruh Lee?
Good.
So you were at the concert, right? And I know you're a big Travis Scott fan. So tell me what you saw while you were at the concert.
No. That's cap right there.
That's cap.
I was not I thought Travis Scott was mid. I like some of his music, no cap, but I always thought his Astro Fest was overrated.
What?
Because one of my dates, I went on a date with this chick like a month ago, and she told me that she went to AstroWorld 2 years ago in 2019, and she was like, she didn't like it because people were just acting wild, and she didn't like that vibe. So when I heard about this, I was like, damn, she was right.
So, so you say you felt like Travis Scott is mid, as you kids say. You're not a fan. So when you heard this, aside from what the chick told you, like, is this something that were you shocked by this at all? I mean, did you think something like this could happen? And who do you feel is responsible for what happened?
Yeah, initially I was shocked because I heard I found out through Instagram like that people were injured during the concert, but I didn't think that people actually died, but the more I think about it, the more it's not shocking because I think the people that acted up are those like from 15 to 20, like the immature stage for those kids. So I think that, I mean, when you have that many people, it's kind of hard to control it. And I mean, Travis Scott promotes that kind of behavior. Like he promotes people going crazy, creating these mosh pits, raging like they say. And so honestly, like obviously the main culprit, the one who's responsible should be Travis Scott. And I mean, I already seen people on Instagram trying to cancel him, and I think that's what's gonna happen. Like people are gonna turn it back on him.
Hmm. But what about, I mean, you don't think that with him being such a popular artist, that the people who are fans are going to remain fans? And I mean, most of the people that seem like are canceling him were not really big fans in the first place. That's how it generally seems when it comes to this cancel stuff. Like, people who want to cancel you never really fuck with you in the first place. So do you think it's really going to be the end for him, or do you think he just has to lay low for a little bit and maybe the AstroWorld Fest thing is done?
Yeah, maybe, but I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but like people that are posting like I had so many people on Instagram that I saw posting, um, their Astroworld pics or whatever, and they they've been deleting them because they know that people are going after them for, I guess, being insensitive.
Mhm.
But I mean, I guess you're right. I think once this dies down, he's gonna have to probably settle with the families and stuff. But uh, I mean, I do think that he will lose some of his fan base for sure. I think it might be a permanent thing. But I mean, he's still gonna have the loyal fan base, the ones that probably are the ones that were not, caring for those that were, injured during the concert.
Shout out to us all. Lucy, appreciate the love. But I mean, let's be honest. Guy's already performed at the Super Bowl. He's had some #1 albums, all those good things. He's done pretty much everything in his career that I don't know why it happened, but it happened because I don't understand who's a fan of his music. But and I'm not. It's not my deal to judge him because I'm not gonna like everything. But I mean, he's done everything. So do you think it's real? Like I said, I think he's gonna be fine. And again, like I say, with the people who are deleting pictures because they're saying I don't think it's insensitive. I went to the concert. I had a good time up until that point. It's unfortunate for those who lost their life. But me showing that I went to the concert and have a record of me being there, I don't find that being insensitive, right? I'm not celebrating anybody's death. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just saying that I had personally had a good time. Like I said, we have this weird thing in society where we hold people responsible for other people's behaviors that I don't think is necessary. Like I say, if you're a fan, spent your money, you bought the expensive ass merch because you wanted to be there. It's not like you expected this stuff to happen. Then you should be able to be, happy about that. Like I said, people fucking get in car wrecks every day and die, but nobody stops posting pictures of their new cars. You know what I mean? And again, that may sound insensitive. I think we've got to a point in this society where we let other people's emotions control our actions, and I'm kind of sick of that shit. But it is what it is. His music just
Yeah,
bored
that's
me.
true. But I mean, it's kind of, I don't know. Like I saw this chick. She still has her actual pics up, and she's getting hate like from all people, and she's still deciding to keep it up. So I mean, that's kind of, I mean, it's up to the person, I guess. But that's what cancel culture has become.
It's unfortunate. Like I said, she's not responsible for that, and kudos to her for keeping it up. You should take her on a date to Pluckers. She deserves
Nah, she's dating some tall, skinny guy.
it.
Fucker.
What? But see, this is the thing, bro. But this is what you got to understand. This is what you got to understand. I'm gonna give you some game, right? I'm gonna give you some game because see, you got to stop going after the single chicks, right? Because where you are in life, you don't want that pressure. Because if you're going after a single chick, you got to compete with all the guys. But if you go after a chick with a man, you only got to compete with one guy. That's advice you can take to the grave with you. Remember that.
I mean, yeah, but I don't want to end up, in the news about some guy getting jealous and then pulling up and, you know, pulling up with that Glock, and so I don't want that drama in my life.
Just stay strapped. Just stay strapped. and keep your gun in your man bag, and just watch your surroundings. You'll be all right.
I guess. I mean, but I did want to say one more thing. I think this whole situation, it's more than just a Travis Scott issue. It's just a rap culture issue. Hopefully that wakes people up, Because at the end of the day, these artists, they claim to care about the fans, but I mean, you saw Travis, like he didn't care, and it shows not only in his performance, like when he saw all the ambulances and paramedics, but also in his apology, which, I mean, couldn't be more faker than his girl's boobs and whatever else she got done on her face.
So you're saying that's not natural?
I mean, nah.
No. Terrible.
I wouldn't be surprised if she dumped him after this. I wouldn't be surprised if Kylie said, I'm done with these.
But here's my thing, right? Here's my thing. You said, at a rap concert. Now, I'd agree with you if this was a shooting. I'd probably agree if it was that level of violence. But I think this was just a bunch of. I think there was so much going on because, like I say, even with the clip where the cop said that there were cases somebody was running around injecting people with stuff. Is Travis to blame for that? Like, who's to blame for somebody running around with a needle with who knows what in it, and probably giving people the AIDS?
Yeah, I mean, I heard that too. My brother was actually telling me about that, and I didn't believe him. But the more I think about it, like the victims, they don't even look like they've been stomped. It seems more logical that these people that died from some overdose. But I mean, he's still at fault because he's the one that organized the event. He's the one that chose whatever company or whoever decided to, do security, do the venue, like all that stuff. That should have been more. They should have invested more in security.
So
I mean, you saw those videos of people hurtling over fences, breaking into the event. Like that shouldn't happen.
Oh, no, I agree. Those horses should have kicked the shit out of somebody. But I got a question though. So let's say the people that they have found to have died, who died at the thing. If they do, let's say, a toxicology report, if they do a autopsy or whatever, and it comes back that these people were under the influence of drugs, do you feel like they should have a case against Travis, against Live Nation, against I think CSC? I forgot the exact name of the security company. Do you feel like they should have be able to file a case against them, or should that be on the people for not necessarily being responsible, being in an environment where it's going to be heavily packed, under the influence of drugs in humid ass Houston?
I mean, that's tough. It's kind of like I understand from his standpoint, like how can I control someone, some psycho trying to kill people from some injection, but at the same time, that's why we have security. Like you got to pat these people down, making sure they don't have some sort of illegal drugs on them or weapons on them. That's the point of security, right? To make sure that the people that are in are not feel safe and are not, worried about someone trying to kill them. And again, like I know it's hard for him to just stop the show, but like someone from his team should have told him like, hey, something's going on. Like we gotta cut the show short. And I heard the interview about that police officer. Like he said that they didn't want to stop the show because they were afraid that there was going to be a riot, and that makes sense. Like how people were acting that day. I wouldn't be surprised if there would have been a riot if they had stopped the show. But at the end of the day, like he's still responsible because he's the main target. That's the main reason. Like they're gonna try to find a culprit, but I mean they're probably not gonna find the guy who injected people. So they're just gonna have to blame the main guy, which is Travis Scott.
Okay. That's unfortunate. It really is. But, somebody has to be, I guess, held accountable in people's eyes. And Travis Scott looks like the guy that's going to be it.
Yeah, but that's all I have.
Okay. Well, Mr. Berlin, I appreciate you calling in and, sharing your thoughts with us, on this incident.
All right. Fuck Heidi.
Oh, well now. That's unfortunate. Heidi, you gonna sit there and take that? What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
I'm gonna keep it a buck with him. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Damn, the motherfucking man with the plan. How are you doing this evening?
I feel like shit, but you know why? I told you about that. I told you about that shit. You learn, you live and learn, man. That's all I can do. Goddamn it.
Like I say, sometimes what do they say? Blessings in disguise. Right now, it might not seem like the best situation, but I think for you, it may pay off in the long run. You're gonna be able to breathe a little bit easier. So, I understand right now it might not be the easiest to see that, but I think you're gonna be all right.
Oh no, I agree, sir. I understand that. It still hurts though in the long run. It's gonna hurt. But right now, I'm just gonna focus back on school, so I can do, man.
Mm-hmm.
But I shouldn't be doing it in the first motherfucking place. Instead of trying to save people. Well, Captain, save a person, put down your motherfucking cape. Your mission is complete. Well, not complete, but you ain't gonna finish that bitch. People gotta save themselves. Fuck all that shit. I really understand that now. It shit hurts, man, but I can't do shit about it. I've done more than I should have in the first place. But fuck that shit. Anyway, Travis Scott, I don't think look, you talking about all these kids bum rushing it. They was fucked up from the jump. I'm sure they're stomping people out trying to get into the damn thing. I'm like, look, this ain't Jesus Christ. And if Jesus Christ did show up, I guarantee you they want to bum rush a venue like that. Guaranteed. It's the thing. Like, look, bro, I don't know what the thing is with Travis Scott. I don't know why these kids on his jock like that. It blows my mind, honestly. Jesus Christ. And I remember a few days ago, I was looking at a concert. It was a Nas concert. This was back in the 90s with Dr. Dre. And they did stop the concert. Like, middle of the way, Nas stopped the concert. Dr. Dre, not Dr. Dre from, like the radio host. I think it's Dr. Dre. No, Ed Lover, my bad, Ed Lover. I remember Ed Lover. The skinny one, not the fat one. I think the skinny one was Ed Lover. I can't remember. But he came out, oh, okay, right. He came out, he said, hey, look, shout out to y'all. Me and Nas represent Brooklyn all day. But look, he stopped the show to let y'all know, man. Earlier today, man, Tupac Shakur passed away, man. Like, he stopped the whole show, did a moment of silence, all that shit. So it is possible to stop a whole show. Now, that show is chaos, but, like, yeah, I love Dr. Dre. Yes, Mr. John from New York. Yes, sir. How you doing today? So none of his people hit him up in the headset, let him know, hey, look, we get a bunch of reports of people passed out. But then what my man earlier said, that they didn't want to start a riot. Okay. So I'm wondering, could more people last than say that they had stopped the show early? Possibly. Very possibly.
Yeah.
And the whole thing that they said do they know a lot of the cause of deaths? Was it heart issues from what I'm hearing?
Yeah, that's what
is that factual?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of stories saying cardiac issues. You saw a lot of people in there talking about how they couldn't breathe, they were having chest pains. Again, it could have been a compression of being pushed up against, everybody. And, some of those videos, people were literally piled on top of each other. There was no way you could have had a good time at that venue. And again, I didn't know Travis Scott attracts that kind of attention.
Me neither. I don't know if Heidi's in here, but hey, fuck you, Heidi. I put Fortnite on my knee, so you can go fuck yourself. You rotten cunt. I don't care.
A lot of Heidi hate tonight. Oh man.
Talk shit about Fortnite. Go ban my shit. Go ahead ban. I'm gonna chat and go ban it. Go do your work. Go be a mod. Anyway. Man, shit is sad, man. I was like, wait, and then I hear someone injecting something possibly. I don't know, Sarah. I don't know much about Travis either. But yeah, people have passed out at rock concerts, raves. You ever heard of the thing called the Wall of Death? Thing that used to happen in a lot of like really hardcore shows. Well, like, and it's not just talking about hard rock, like Lamb of God and Lamb of God was a big one for that. They spaced everyone out. So everyone can just do walls, make this wall, and then like They start, getting the bass up and the guitar starts riffing and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then the motherfuckers just clash, bro. It's like, wow.
No shit.
It was like a fucking war. And I never heard of 8 people dying at one of those shows. I've heard of people getting fucking injured like a motherfucker, broken arms and ribs and shit. And this nigga Ben Crump. Oh, Lord. Here we go.
You know he's not going to miss an opportunity.
This nigga don't miss a meal, bro. He don't, especially not after this. You stay with that, boy. At this point, the concert promoters, they obviously getting sued. Travis Scott possibly, most likely, because he was a headliner. Maybe sue Drake. I don't know.
Yeah, oh yeah. Somebody tried to throw Drake in there. People crying, what Drake got to be in there? Well, you got to throw Drake in there. Yeah, fuck him. He was there. He's liable too. Goddamn. He false claim in Houston. Make sure he gets some suit too. Goddamn it. Yeah, sue everybody.
God damn. Well, at least he ain't doing civil rights anymore. He done upgraded. He can actually go after the real case now. Yeah, Delta. Facts, Ronald. It's ridiculous, bro. Fucking ridiculous. But it's sad, man. I'm going to see people who died, man. You shouldn't die at a goddamn concert. Now, Louis, you're right. 22 people did die at our Inner concert, but that involved a bomb from a certain extremist person from a certain religion of peace I won't mention out loud so the chat don't get banned. You know what I'm saying? So we'll keep that on the low, on the hush. So that was one person who created one event. So that's going to be a bit different than these other separate events of what people found out. Unless one guy was just stabbing everybody. I don't know. She was crazy. It's just ridiculous, man.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like it's just so much throwing that happened on there. Like I say, it's again. Do I find it extremely unfortunate what took place? Absolutely. Could there have been more security? Probably so. But I think they said there was a total of 608 or something like that, combined either officers and security personnel. For 50,000 might not be enough, right? And again, like I said, it's just a lot of it. Again, because like they said, the ticket sold out in less than an hour. Like just everything that was going on.
Less than an hour.
Yeah, and I think like you said, this just what happened at the very beginning. For those of you who didn't see the video, I'll replay it here in a second. But just people are at the gate and they knocked the fucking gates down and just started bum rushing the fucking event like before it all even started. So that should have told you, we're fucked. We're gonna need more horses. You know what I mean? Like. It's a crazy situation, right? Yeah.
I mean, if they played sicko mode, that'd be one thing, bro. I mean, that's the only thing I really like it is because Drake did that intro. I like the intro Drake did. That's about it, man. Yeah, how much for them tickets, bro? $200, man. Fuck that.
I don't know.
I can get an internet connection and watch his music all the time for free. On the YouTube.
Yeah, I think they had it on some Apple thing. I think they had it on some live Apple show or something that they were showing a lot of it. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Yeah, festival, and that's what I say. Festivals are dumb as shit to me. There ain't no fucking seating. Like if I want to go to a concert, like I want to be able to sit my ass down, come back to my seat wherever I was, like not have to fight a motherfucker just to get in or get out. And like, you got to think about it too, right? As packed as that motherfucker was, let's be honest. Multiple people in that crowd were pissing on themselves. Like,
right, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, like, you just not think about it. Like, cause I'm thinking about, the concert, I can get up, go to the restroom, come back to my seat. Like, I'm just not thinking, like, them motherfuckers were so packed. They couldn't move forward, couldn't move backwards, couldn't get around. Like, if you were in the middle of that fucking crowd, you pissed yourself. Like there was probably all other kind of disgusting shit going on, but like it's that's a terrible situation. Like it's not a memory I'd want to have, but that's what it is.
So like that was the first day of the concert because I feel like all these people here. I assume they canceled the rest of it. I mean,
yeah, I believe so. I believe it because it happened on the 5th. Yeah, they canceled the following day, which is
all day. Hey man. What it is, bro. I mean, that's crazy, bro. I mean, it's just Earth, Wind, and Fire were there. Damn, man, come on, that's the shit. Earth, Wind, and Fire, bro.
Oh shit, I didn't even see that.
I done went for that. I see. I done went for the Earth, Wind, and Fire. You can sit down with their concerts. Throwing them bowls and shit. Look, they couldn't have been the real niggas. The real niggas would have shot that shit up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because like I say, and like I said, Beyond the Fun, they pointed out a very good point when he said it earlier. I don't think black people are super big fans of Travis Scott. Because I didn't see a lot of niggas in that crowd. Like I said, it was
Right.
mainly white, Hispanic, and a few
Yeah.
light skinned niggas. We know about the light skinned niggas. We know about them. We've been questioning them for some time now. But
Oh man, that's terrible.
but yeah, and so again, it's unfortunate. But then this is something I've seen people say because, like I say, people are fucked up, and I talk about people being brainwashed with racism and stuff like that every day. Because I saw people say, "Oh, I don't even care because it wasn't. I don't see any accounts of black people dying." Like, no, a life is a life, bro. Like, you know, whether it was black, white, Hispanic, Chinese, yeah, it was a thing. What they said a dude who was what, about 14 there. Some people saying he was younger than that. They think they just spanned from 14 to 27. And the people I'm concerned about is because like that the one person I showed you, I think Billy Nasser, whatever his name was, he came from what, Indy. How many other people came from out of town and, you know, maybe by themselves, maybe with a small group or whatever, sustained injuries or whatever else, and, you know, haven't communicated with friends and or family. Maybe they didn't tell them, and maybe, you know, wherever they are from, people are considering them missing or something because they've been injured at the damn AstroWorld concert, right? Like, it's wild because I think who was a student from somewhere, might have been Chicago or one of these colleges somewhere, who passed away. And it's just it's a lot of crazy shit going on, man. And so it's fucked up.
Well, here's my thing though. I'm surprised this event even occurred. Was everyone there vaccinated though? That's what I'm wondering.
That was supposed to be the catch. That was supposed to be the catch. And that's why I say I have personally, I don't want to say too much, I don't want the tube to say, oh, just get rid of this one. But it's like if all of the situations people were talking about were cardiac issues, right? We know that there are allegations of what is that, myocarditis, or I don't know. I'm not a medical.
Myocarditis.
I'm not a doctor. I just play one on the internet. You know, been allegations of that. We've seen a lot of top-notch athletes suffering from certain things across the board.
Quite a few.
But you know, you got all these people in such a cramped, small space, pressing up against each other, right? You know, could this have triggered some symptoms, some side effects or something? That's what I'm curious about, because it was supposed to be that you were either, shout out to Miss Holly S, because she said it was either you're supposed to be vaccinated or you're supposed to show I guess a negative test, right? And so if the case is that people just like, fuck it, I'm gonna get the jab so I can go to the concert, you know, people have sold their soul for less. It's like, could that have been an issue? Could that be why so many people are falling out? And you, like I say, you a bunch of hot-breathed motherfuckers all around you. I'm sure the temperature was higher than, you know, normal with all that body heat around you. And again, you're compressed, you're getting squished. Again, I'm thinking maybe something triggered something. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a doctor. If you got motherfuckers running around with needles poking people, that's another issue. I think that it was a breeding ground for a lot of shenaniganery. I think a lot of questionable activity was, you know, present. I think it was more than just one thing personally.
I'd have to agree, sir. It's yeah. I mean, Christ. I don't know, man. This thing's just getting exhausting. So yeah, just stay at the house, man. Just stay at the house, bro. Have a small get together. You know, do your social distancing if that's even a thing anymore. I don't even know anymore. These motherfuckers change rules every 20 minutes. Yeah, Spreader Fest. That was worse than the Obama birthday party. Yeah, that was worse. Yeah, I mean, how many cases of COVID gonna pop up? Oh, wait, everyone's vaccinated. Don't have to worry about that anymore, right? It's over. The emergency's over, ladies and gentlemen. Back to your regularly scheduled programming, and I don't mean TV programming. I mean mind programming.
Yes.
Yeah, bitch.
Yeah, man. If you hooping in the NBA, make sure you get your booster. I don't know if you guys seen that.
Your sixth booster.
Yeah.
Fuck ass shit.
That's crazy.
Oh, God, what was that shit I was about to say? I'm sorry. It's been a long day. I just forgot what I was about to say. But yeah, man, look, just my condolences to people who lost somebody, man. This shit is ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
That shit is fucking ridiculous, bro. That's all I got to say on that, man. I'm trying to keep it down to 15 minutes because I know it's about midnight in my area, so you've been about 2 hours and I'm trying to keep it.
No, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, man, like I say, it's just wild. It's sad. And, you know, again, like, not to make light of the people who passed away, but you got to look at these things, you know, reasonably. You got to kind of take a little bit of the emotion out of it. You know, again, everybody feels a particular way about death. We all do. We've all, you know, lost people. We know how it feels. But at the same thing, you got to figure out what does it take to prevent this from happening again. You know, you can't just stop all concerts ever. You know, people are going to want to make money off festivals. You know, this is kind of a one-off. I mean, there have been other concerts where things have happened. There have been other festivals where things have happened. But, you know, you got to figure out what it is that you must do to prevent this from occurring without having to, you know, take away the enjoyment that people have in going to events like this. So, like I said, it's concerning and it's very sad. It's very unfortunate. But hopefully they get down to the bottom of it and, you know, not too many people get sued too much for something they really didn't do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. And them lawsuits, Ben Crump rubbing his hands like Birdman, goddammit.
Man, that dude. That guy. That guy. I wish I look. I need him. I need that Ben Crump killer instinct. That's what I need. I gotta step my game up. Get like Ben. Get like Crump.
Oh yeah. That's all I got, man. Yeah, y'all just be safe, man. Y'all be careful around these super spreader events, you know.
Yes, sir.
Just be careful. I didn't see any masks. What's going on here?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Cops had a mask.
Yeah, man. If they, let's be honest though, if they had masks on, it would have been 10 times worse than whatever. If they'd have, like, people would have took them out, like, but all that body heat, all that pressure around you, I wish there would have been. I'd have loved to have seen one of those mass Karens in an event like that. You know, they definitely, she would have had some problems. Like, you would have had to pass out trying to do some shit like that. There's no way. Like, shit, no. That's crazy.
Dell said, hey, good point, man. Ain't enough white cops enough keeping them business. Honestly, I don't think they were made in the first place. Just whoever got media attention. We'll see what's up. Hey, shout out to Kyle, man. I mean, I think he might beat that case, bro. The Kenosha Kid. That's what I'll call him.
The Kenosha Kid.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I heard shooting chomos. Shout out to him. The protecting community or nearby community. I mean, I ain't mad at him for that. But that's a totally different story. We'll see what that plays. He might have some woke ass judge, but I don't think his judge is woke though.
Good.
Seems like he did. He's the first thing he said. Look, these people he shot are not victims.
Oh,
so,
okay.
So like step one, like okay, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's a good deal, dude.
Yeah, there's that Illuminati shit.
Mm-hmm.
You on the other side. You know, the metanetia and the pineal gland is activated and all sorts of wild shit, man. I give up. And look, I'm not saying there. Look, it's not that I don't believe in conspiracy theories. There might be some sacrificial ritual going on. I know the area on the Grand Council, like Louis was mentioning earlier, 22 people got killed, mostly kids. I'm not sure where the bomb was placed at. It was nearby some area. I'm not sure, but yeah, it was one of them. I ain't gonna say what I was gonna say. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna censor myself. It was one of those types, you know. And yeah, it's really sad. So you know, they should really ban immigration right there. It took a huge moratorium on it, but nope, let them in. Keep letting them in. And that's their fault. That's their fault. You get what you ask for.
Yeah.
Get what you ask for.
Yeah, keep asking for it.
Yeah, man. Fuck these concerts, bro. Fuck that shit, man. I'm trying not to have COVID, so I'm gonna stay away from these events.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know.
Me too.
There you go. See, we're giving good medical advice.
Yes.
Good medical advice. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. That's all I got, Honcho. I'm just spitting random shit at this point. I don't know.
Yeah, so
but yeah, man. Yeah, I appreciate your advice from earlier too, man. You gotta do what you gotta do at the end of the day, man.
Absolutely. Because if you don't look out for yourself, man, no one will. So, like I say, and you deserve it, bro. So just do you. Just you know what the goal is. You know what your plans are. You know what I'm saying. Don't let anything else disrupt that. Solely focus on Dan. It's time for you, Dan the man, to be selfish. You know what I'm saying. So, you know, be selfish for yourself, man, and just you deserve it.
You sound like my aunt and my best friend from the Navy. They said the same damn thing, bro. I'm like, yeah, y'all on to something, bro. I just gotta stop trying to save people, bro.
Yeah.
And the person in question, he said the same thing too. So I'm like, well, fuck. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
It's your life, man. You got it.
Yeah.
I'm done, man. I'm done. And that's all I got, man. Y'all have a good night, man. Have a good weekend or weekday, week, month, whatever they call it nowadays. Yeah. Y'all take care.
No, you too, Dan, man. I appreciate the call, man.
All right.
Shout out to Dan, man. Dan is one of the good guys. Right? You know. Just leave that on rotation for y'all. For those of you who may not have seen it, right? Let me drop it down right here. Like this is how it all started. This is how it all took off, right? This is you say I smoke menthol. This is how motherfuckers came out the gate, bro. You know what I'm saying? Look at this shit. Like, this should have been a sign. Motherfuckers letting they old ladies get stomped on and shit. You know what I mean? And I'm going to tell y'all something, bro. Look, if you, and some of y'all are going to give me some flack for this, the number's going to drop. And see, watch, look at that little number in the top corner. When I say this, the number's going to drop. Anytime I say things like this is what happens, right? Because we talk all the time about, you know, the jab and all that other stuff. People don't want to talk about larger individuals in society and the toll that they take on society. And I'm telling you this as a larger individual in society. Don't go to concerts like this. You should not. You shouldn't be at places like this. Because there's one of the guys that died was a larger individual. I don't know if I saved his stuff, but was a larger. I didn't want to, actually, no, I didn't, because it was him deceased and with an Air Force One and whatever. Deceased. A lot of them got in. They ran some of them back out of there. Good, run them things out of there. But because you got to understand the toll that it takes to deal with a larger person, right? And not just at a place like this. When you get into the hospital, like this is what I'm saying. We talk about resources and things and the things they don't want to talk about. If you are 400 or 500 pound motherfucker, it's going to take 10 people to carry you, right? Now, nobody's going to just flip you over the back. All right, put them on the mat. Like, you're going to have multiple groups of nurses or whoever else to help move, what they call them, orderlies and things like that. So what it may take 2 individuals to move maybe a smaller person or something like that. It may take 4 to 8 to move a larger person, depending on what it is, depending on how you shaped and all this stuff. So I say these things to point out what we like to try to skip over when we talk about certain things. But because we love talking about, oh, these people who aren't getting this and getting that, they're the reasons that this is happening. No, absolutely not. There's a lot of other issues that take a toll on medical care in this country, right? And again, you're using up additional resources just to move from one bed to the other, right? To move from a what's the fucking gurney to a bed. You got to call in extra resources. Got to call in people who are off today to come help you. Like again, so. Like I said, one of these people was very large. I think I showed y'all a picture. There was a large gentleman on the crowd that looked like they had fallen down. So with these venues and these events like this, look at this one. I showed this right here. This is a large body right here, right? This is a large body, and then I'm trying to figure out, like, is this a person with their shirt off? Like, what's going on? Look at these people, like, all lumped and slumped on each other. Like, what happened in this area? You know what I mean? Like, there's too many crazy scenes, you know, that we see. And it's unfortunate. It's wild, man. It's wild. Let me tell you talking about they had to hop over who? Free government cheese event footage. He was 390. That one dude? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you 400 pounds, bro, look, I know you want to enjoy life just like everybody else. But again, you put a strain on yourself and you put a strain on resources and things of that nature, right? And I'm telling you, this is somebody who, honestly, we do a little bit of arithmetic. I'm not too far from 300 myself, right? Far enough, but not too far. I mean, do a little bit of rounding. We round them in the tens factor, and we do, you know, we do a little. But again, I've been there. I've been pretty close myself, right? And I'm telling you just how I feel, whatever. So I know that your average person isn't picking up 300 fucking pounds, right? And depending on, you know, where you're at, who it is, your average woman probably ain't picking up 150 pounds. So being with most nurses being female, I'm saying it would take multiple ones of them to, you know, make sure they get you picked up and back. Like, it's going to be a problem. Going to a venue, and this chick's face up here is out of there. Look at these people, though. Like, motherfucker in the back look like this. The agony on these people's face. The videos I showed y'all where the people just lumped on top of one another. Like, this whole situation was tragic, and it was doomed from the very beginning. Again, but it's hard for me to put pure fault on Travis for this, right? Like, maybe they should have planned better. Maybe You know, they could have analyzed the situation better. Hey, we got 50,000 people coming here. You know, how are they going to operate? Like, I think maybe you think naturally people are going to kind of spread out and give each other some space. Like, I don't know if you think that people are automatically just going to come up and bunch up on top of each other. I don't know, right? I don't know how it works, right? But again, it is, can deadlift 350 easily? I think Ashley just be saying stuff. I think Ashley gets on the Google and just say random things. But again, right? Yeah, and I agree. Like, that's what I'm saying. We're just out of here. And again, like, but you got so many people talking about, oh, Travis should never be allowed to perform ever again. Money talk, bullshit walk. If people are still going to be willing to come to a Travis Scott concert, which people are, these young kids don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? His fan base is relatively young. I don't know anybody my age listen to him. Some of the younger folks I talked to, mid-20s and up, were like, we really don't jam Travis Scott like that. Like I said, the numbers between 14 and 27 of people who died were mainly younger folks. People talking about their 21st birthday, turned 20. Like, you saw, like, the other little videos, it was mainly young folks who were talking about this. We'll take one more call. And then I'm going to get ready to wind it down. Well, what's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening? Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure you hit the dislike button if you don't like this shit. I don't give a shit. Just hit one of them buttons, damn it.
Hello.
Hello. Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Ashley.
Ashley who?
What?
Ashley who?
Your mom, nigga.
Well, this is a white lady who just called me nigga. Did y'all hear this? Did you hear this? Racism is alive. And my mother's name is not Ashley.
No hardy R.
No, that was definitely a hardy R.
No.
So, what is on your mind, Ashley? How old are you, Ashley?
I'm not that old. I'm not that young. I'm not young at all. I'm like your age.
What is my age?
I'm younger than you. I know that, but I'm around your age.
Ashley, why are you so vague?
I don't know. I am. I just am. Even in my normal life, I am. I don't know.
I don't think you have a normal life. If you're this vague all the time, you can't have a normal life.
I am this big all the time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So here's my question. You said that you listen to Travis Scott.
Oh, I love Travis Scott.
Why?
I like his music. It's really good.
What is good about his music?
The beats, the lyrics are pretty good.
Drop some of that hot Travis Scott lyrical fire on me.
What?
I said drop some of that hot Travis Scott lyrical fire on me. You said you like the lyrics. Drop some of those. You don't have to sing it. Just you can read it. Just drop some of that hot fire on me.
I'd rather not.
But you said it's good. You said you love it. So
oddly enough, I was put in this exact same situation yesterday, and someone said, "You like Travis Scott? Sing his songs. Sing one of his songs," and I did. And I'm not going to do it again.
But see, I wasn't there to witness that. So how do I benefit from that?
I know you weren't, but no.
Do it for the den.
No.
Do it for the den.
No.
Do it for the den.
I'm not going to do it.
Do it for the den. Why not?
Why don't you drop a beat? Like, what? You could just play some of the songs.
No, I mean, what's a hit song? What's the good stuff?
I like Maria, I'm Drunk. I love that song.
Maria, I'm Drunk?
Yeah.
Is this like a Latin theme song?
No, but Justin Bieber's on it, and so is Young Thug. I love that song.
I'm going to be honest, Ashley. You have a terrible taste in music.
Really? Everybody loves Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber looks like a small lesbian. I'm not a fan.
No, he looks like a grown crackhead.
What?
He looks awful.
I don't
know.
He looks really cool. I will always remember Justin Bieber as a small lesbian-looking boy Because then all the little white girls who were like lesbians and all look like Justin Bieber.
They do, really, they do. But
Okay. And Young Thug, well, he's more than questionable, his behavior and actions. And then Travis Scott, like, this sounds like a terrible song. Give this is not looking good. Like, what is Maria I'm Drunk about? And who is Maria?
it's just a song.
Is there any substance to any of Travis Scott's music?
No, but who said there was?
You said there were good lyrics. So I'm just trying to figure like I thought good lyrics
Yeah,
had a level of substance.
melody. Yeah, like, okay, this melody is good. These lyrics are what I want to listen to on my way to work. Like, that's what I like.
But then okay, but that's what I'm
Or
saying.
like, if you're going out, then you're like, oh shit, this is my song.
But what I'm saying is
Get you
like
ready.
the beat, the melody, that's one thing. But the lyrics are another thing. Like you could have a throat ass beat and then motherfucker talking about like some weird questionable shit on it and kind of ruins the beat, right?
Uh-huh.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, so you're talking about the lyrics are great or you got good lyrics. I'm curious, what lyrics does he have that you enjoy?
Well, he's not talking about beating people or killing people. He's just talking about having fun.
What are you talking about? In one of the songs that I was playing in the little videos, he was talking about shooting some shit up, some other shit. I don't know what it was.
Which one?
I don't know. I don't know. It's music. I'm just telling you what I heard in the background. All I hear is like it sounds like it's just motherfucker like gets on a beat and experiments with auto tune. I'm gonna make a bunch of weird noises and hopefully they sound cool on auto tune. That's all I heard from all the little clips that I played and all the little shit he had going on. That's what the fuck it sounds like. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, where are the lyrics?
Yeah, but that's what people love. Like, people are playing this shit.
Who are people? These soulless children
Everyone.
born in the 2000s
I mean,
and later?
50,000 people that were at his concert.
None of those
A
people.
lot.
None of those people had souls.
They probably didn't.
Do you think that Travis Scott is a devil worshiper?
I don't believe in the devil.
Do you think Travis Scott believes in the devil?
No, I don't think it's real.
But not you, Travis Scott.
Yeah, but I don't think, even if he believed in it with all his heart, it still wouldn't affect me thinking that he's thinking of something that's made up.
But again, that's your opinion that it's made up. If he believes it's real, do you think that it would guide his actions and his behaviors?
But how far would he go to, like, what do you think a devil worshiper is actually doing?
I don't know. I'm inquiring of this from you. You have more of an understanding of Travis Scott and his music than I do. So I'm inquiring, excuse me, I'll put
Yeah,
this
but
out
I
there.
haven't gotten that he's a devil worshiper from his music. Why would you think that?
You don't find the artwork on his albums or singles or anything like that, even at the concert, the stuff that was in the background, you don't find any of that odd? You don't find any of that peculiar?
I mean, I think Illuminati symbolism, like, that's a big thing.
So what do you think the Illuminati represents?
I think people just do it to get a rise out of, like, non-famous people, just so they could get a rise out of them. I don't think that they actually, like, are sacrificing people and praying to the devil and, worshiping demons. That's nuts. I don't think people actually do that. I don't know.
You sure about that?
Like, actually sacrifice people? No.
You don't think people pray to the devil?
I mean, they might, but what does that have to do with? They're not going to kill somebody.
You don't think people are willing to go?
I mean, I just don't think they're going to throw a concert and then orchestrate the murder of 8 people. That's nuts.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I'm not inquiring about him doing that. I'm just asking about, people and beliefs in general.
Oh.
Yeah. So do you
No, I don't.
So you don't think that that's a thing, or you don't believe that people in the music and or entertainment industry participate in these activities?
Like, which activities? Like, a Satanist is totally different than, like, what people are saying these people are doing.
Okay, well, give me your explanation of a Satanist. I'm not quite familiar.
It's just somebody like their religion would be that instead of praying to God, they would just pray to Satan.
And who is Satan?
Well, it's the devil, but it's you know, so if you believe in that.
So you dismiss the religious belief of Satanists?
I know people practice it, just like homosexuality. Like, yeah, people do it, but I don't believe in it, nor would I get involved with it. I just know it exists.
So you don't think that homosexuality is real?
It's real, but I don't practice it. It's not like I'm going to encourage it. No. I don't know what they're doing or why they're.
Oh, you know what they're doing, Ashley. You know exactly what they're doing. You've been watching the documentaries. You've been going down the rabbit holes. We're not going to get on that, but yeah.
I do, but I'm not going to say like, oh, or like trans people. Like, I think that's fucking insane. I guess it'd be like the same thing as that. Like, yeah, I know that exists, but I 100% do not believe in that.
Okay, so you don't support it. You don't support the activities associated with it.
I don't even believe the people that are practicing it or believing it. It's all for attention.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think that they actually believe they're the opposite sex. That's crazy.
Do you believe that, so you don't think entertainers do it, but do you believe that there are normies, we'll call them normies, everyday people like you and I who believe in these things, who believe in, maybe spirit worship, devil worship, something outside of the traditional Christian or Muslim or whatever beliefs that you may think are normal religions?
Yeah, people do that, but I just don't think he's like orchestrating a concert to kill 8 people. That's
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying because he's made, references to the devil. He's made, certain references to other little things just from the little snippets that I've heard. And then, a lot of people have thoughts about the design of the concert, the design of the festival. Like I said, if you look at the stage, the set, that's a portable. What do you think he means by see you on the other side?
I'll see you once you get through the entrance.
But what if you're seeing that message and you're already past the entrance?
Do you think that he really means like, oh, I'll see you in hell? Like, I'll literally see you in hell. Like, if he's seeing you, Honcho, he's saying, oh, Honcho, I'll see you in hell. In genuine thoughts that he'll see you in hell.
Well, he probably won't be talking to me because I wouldn't be listening to his music. But my thing is, if that's the case, if he's saying, I see you on the other side, and you're already in the concert by the stage, you've successfully made it way past the entrance. What's on the other side of that?
A Travis Scott concert.
So do you have to get past Travis Scott to get to the other side of his concert? I mean, the message is in the portal. So I'm trying to figure out, to me, that it would have to mean something a little bit more significant. I'm just curious. I mean, like I said, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't have the answers.
I think that people are into symbolism, and like people are like, just how someone in the chat said, I can't remember what they were referencing to, but they were saying like somebody was doing something and like they could feel it taking over their body. Like, it wasn't them. But, like, I don't believe in that shit. So it's like, yeah, you're probably just saying that for attention. And people that would even be drawn to you would be doing it for attention. Like, I honestly, I don't believe in that.
But again, you not believing in that, does that stop someone else from believing in it?
Yeah, but even I'm just thinking they're doing it for attention. Like, that's not real.
Okay. So if they could be doing it just for attention, does that leave the possibility of them doing it for something other than just attention, maybe for more nefarious reasons? Is that possibility also available?
Like, what would his end game be?
That's not the question. I'm just saying, would other options be a possibility? If it can be just for attention, does that also leave the opportunity for other possibilities to be available?
Like, which possibilities?
I'm just saying, other possibilities.
I know, but you would have to give one. Like what? Like he would kill your dog?
I didn't say anything about him having any type of harm or disdain towards Scotty. But I'm just saying, if he could, okay, let's put it like this, since you need specifics. If he would be willing to do, if the possibility that he would do it just for the attention exists, would the possibility that he's willing to do it to support something more nefarious that he believes in, does that possibility exist?
I guess, but what would he believe in?
I don't know. He could believe in the things that he's showing you. Sometimes people put it right in front of your face. Sometimes people just choose not to believe it. I think people show who they are. Like
I think people are so stupid that they would go to a concert and say, "Oh my God, I felt like the devil was there." You know, like why? Like that's stupid.
But I mean,
or, oh, I felt like there was an evil entity while I was there. Oh my God, it was so turned up. Like, no, I just think people are jackasses.
But here's the thing: these people who went there, they would obviously be fans of Travis Scott to pay. You said it was about $200 a ticket.
Yeah.
Okay, you might be able to buy a holiday turkey for that price this year. But so you're saying that these people who are Travis Scott fans, who've obviously spent a significant amount of money to go there, and then they said that this experience made me change the way that I view things, maybe the way I view Travis Scott, maybe the way I view concerts, and the energy that I felt was unnatural, not normal. So we're dismissing the experience of a person who was actually there. So we're discounting their experience from what they felt. People who are fans, people who went there with the intention of raging and having a good time with Travis Scott, felt a different wave of something else. And now it makes them feel something to people who probably anticipated going to this event for months, spending the money, getting through the stampede early on and everything else. And now they say they left that with a different vibe. We dismiss their experience. That's what you're saying we should do.
Yeah, I mean, like, what you mean? I'm not talking about specifically this concert. I'm talking about like any famous person that uses, like evil symbolism in their, concert or.
But I don't think we can't talk about them in groups, because then different people are going to have different intentions, right? Some people are going to truly believe it. Some people are going to do it for attention. Some people are going to have various reasons behind why they do it. And I do believe that. But we're talking about Travis Scott in this situation. If we're talking about his symbolism, his specific choice of symbolism, the reference to portals, other universes, it says something like that on the flyer, a whole new universe, a whole new experience. What is the whole new universe? What is the whole new experience? What is the other side? What is, all of these things referencing the eyes, the phoenix, which is generally and historically thought of as a new birth, rising from the ashes as a phoenix. All of these different little messages and things spread out all over the park. You think it's just it's just for the experience? It's just for to get into a feeling, so it doesn't mean anything. That he would go this far to make sure this is the energy that he puts out, but it means nothing. That's what you feel.
Yeah, I don't think it means anything.
Interesting. So this is just a thing.
Like, I think I think he's just getting a rise out of people. Like, if I had gone there, I wouldn't get a weird feeling from looking at that shit, because it's not for my consumption. Like, it's imagery like that, like, no, it's not.
Are you a fan? You said you're a fan of Travis Scott, right?
Oh, I'm a very big fan, yeah.
But then it's for your consumption.
No, I don't. What I'm saying is I wouldn't be led to believe that just imagery would give me a certain feeling, because I don't think it would. I mean, if you can get played or talked into like things easily, then then I could see that giving you a certain feeling, but I don't believe in that.
All right. So have you ever gone out on a date with somebody that you regretted?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Oh, my husband?
No. Okay, well, how did that happen? So, I mean, would you consider that being played or talked into something?
No.
Interesting.
if I went out on a date with someone and then I found out I hated them while on that date, that's totally different.
Mm. Okay. I'll take your word for it. So, who is this symbolism directed at then? Is it just him showing off his personality?
No, I think it would be people that would be into that type of thing. Like, yeah, it would just be people that are into that type of thing, or, you know, who are looking for a conspiracy. Like, those people that love to think Beyonce's a devil worshiper. So then she, like, puts all this weird shit out. Like, I would do it if you guys are buying shit just to see if I'm putting devilish symbols in my album covers. Yeah, I would put all types of dumb shit.
Okay, but do you think that the people who believe that Travis Scott is a devil worshiper, Beyonce is devil, any of these things are actually buying their music, their merch, or actually spending money with these artists, or they're just speaking their opinions of the artists?
What do you mean? Like,
So,
by buying the merch?
You said that, you know, if I know people are buying the merch to see if I put this symbolism on it, do you think that people who believe, let's say Beyonce, for instance, is a devil worshiper, that they're buying her albums just to see if she's putting devilish symbols in it? Do you believe that?
Oh, yeah, and people will search for her pictures for hours.
What's the difference? But
Yeah.
buying an album and searching for pictures online are two different things. One costs a little bit of time, the other actually costs
Right, because
finance.
it gets you in, like, oh, yeah, people are searching for Beyonce 50,000 hours a day, you know, online. Like, Google checks all that shit.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. But what I'm saying
And
is,
that's how they would know, like, oh, okay,
but
well,
do you think
Beyonce
those are
is-
fans? Do you believe that those are fans of Beyonce checking to see if she's a devil worshiper? Or do you think those are people who would like to see Beyonce crumble or try to undermine whatever Beyonce is building?
Yeah, I would think that it's all of them, especially the people that don't like her. Yeah.
Okay, but again, the people that don't like Beyonce, are they spending money on Beyonce?
Yes, they are.
What kind of money are the people? Who? So the people that don't like Beyonce are the ones that are helping her sell albums.
Yeah.
So in reality,
Talking about-
Beyonce doesn't have a bunch of fans. She just has a shit ton of haters who buy her music.
She could. Whatever she's doing, that shit sells. She's a billionaire.
Interesting. I'm going to disagree.
Really?
I'm going to disagree. You're telling me, take it from me, right? I'm not a Beyonce fan. Do I think that Beyonce has had some forms of symbolism and occult references in certain things? Yeah. Do I check to follow up with everything that she does to see if that's the case? No, I just don't listen to her music. I just don't entertain it. I just don't really care, right? Like, I just don't give a shit. So now I know most people don't approach things like I do, but you know, I don't think people are going to let me check to see if Beyonce got some dead goat head on her new album cover. Because if you're spending
Yes,
that,
they do. Yeah, they do. Like Beyonce, like even in her what is it? The not Crazy in Love, but it was like the Sweet Dreams video. Like there were so many videos. Like you could even search it on YouTube. There's so many people that are like, oh my gosh, Beyonce has devil symbolism all throughout this video, and they break it down. And there's like literally hundreds of thousands of videos on stupid shit like that, like all pertaining to Beyonce. Like, is she a devil worshiper? It's her fans, it's people that don't like her that are watching these videos. It doesn't matter. It's all giving her popularity and money.
again, I don't think the people who are searching for the negatives of Beyonce are giving her money attention, possibly. And is it maybe spreading to other folks? Possibly. But what doesn't make any sense is if I'm an artist, especially a world-renowned artist, am I going to cater to my fans or am I going to cater to the possible beliefs of my detractors, haters? You know, what makes more sense in your opinion?
You're going to sell it to whoever's buying it.
Who do you think's buying
Like,
it?
it doesn't matter.
Who's
Who
buying it though?
cares?
Who's buying it though? Are more fans buying it or are more
I just
haters buying
told
it?
you, her haters and her fans.
So you think that more haters are spending money on her music than the fans are?
No, I said it was both her
But
haters
who
and
is
her
spending
fans.
who is spending more money? Your haters or your detractors? I mean, your haters or your supporters?
I think it depends. Like, it's curiosity. I don't think it necessarily has to be like,
You think the curious crowd is spending as much as the fanatic crowd?
yeah. Like, people that are trying to prove that he's a devil worshiper, yeah, I really think those people spend a lot more time than someone who's like, oh shit, I like this guy's music. Yeah.
Well, let's bring it back to Travis Scott. Okay, that's
Mhm.
that's the gentleman. So again, does he reference anything spiritual or devilish or anything in any of his lyrics? Like I said, I'm not familiar with it, so I'm curious. Of the songs that you've
No.
heard, you don't hear anything like that. What
No.
what does he talk about mainly?
Like, turning up.
Turning up. What is turning up usually involve? What is the raging? What is raging? What does he mean by that?
Raging?
Yes, I heard a lot of references to raging. He said something about my
You know,
raging.
like, just like when you're like, not necessarily dancing, like, I don't know, like, kind of like when you're listening to, like, not heavy metal, but, like bullshit like that, just like crazy stuff.
Do you listen to heavy metal?
I mean, I dabble in all types of music. I love all types of popular music. I do.
So when you're at the gym deadlifting your 350 relatively easily, who are you listening to?
Anybody. Mostly Kirk Franklin. He inspires me.
You're not listening to Kirk.
I'm bullshit.
You're not goddamn Cam
I'm
Newton.
joking.
Talking about you over here
joking.
just listening to some Stone. It's just
No, I mostly listen to like Beyonce or T-shirt, or like Webby. Work out.
you listen to Webby, right? Yeah. Okay.
Hell yes, I do.
Mm.
Love Webby.
So again, you believe that Travis Scott is just using symbolism to spark conversation, is what you're saying in your opinion. So you don't think that he believes in any of the things that he's speaking on, and
No, I don't think.
that he spent a significant amount of money at his concert for his fans to come in and go back and tell everybody that they saw some weird, relatively occult shit, and that's just going to generate more interest in you. That's what you believe.
Yeah, I truly believe that. Yeah.
Okay. I wholeheartely disagree, but hey, we're all entitled
You think
to
he's
our
like
opinion.
literally celebrating the devil in private?
I didn't say that he is. I didn't say that he's not. But I feel like if a person shows you who they are, then you should believe them. I don't think anybody associates themselves with this type of energy, with this type of symbolism, daily, frequently on all their albums, on everything that they do, and then they go home and they're practicing Christians or whatever else you want to call it. I'm not saying that that's what you have to be, but I'm just saying if a person shows you who they are, then believe them. And I believe Travis Scott is showing you exactly who he is. And so from this type of stuff, I believe it. And I believe people who are of a certain nature are more susceptible to buying into certain beliefs, right? You said something about, you mentioned him having low self-esteem, right?
Mm-hmm.
Low self-esteem people do strange things. Would you agree or disagree?
I guess.
Like, do you think that people have low self-esteem are more likely to be led by someone with a stronger personality?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
So if someone with a stronger personality, and you said just recently he stopped not showing his face or something, right?
Yeah, like he stopped covering his face. It was like a huge thing that he would always like cover his face or like whenever he was talking, he would be like looking down or like doing some weird shit or like always moving his hand, you know, just to like kind of distract him. You can just tell he's like a nervous kid. Or maybe that could be part of his thing.
So I showed a video on there where he got on there and on stage and he kicked the little kid, get your nerdy ass out of here and all these other things. And he seems, from what I've seen, again, like I said, I'm not super familiar with him, relatively conceited, a bit of an asshole. But again, maybe fame can do that to you, maybe whatever. But do you think that people can, you know, practice increasing their self-esteem?
Yeah.
Do you think that fame can increase a person's self-esteem?
Yeah, and so could cocaine.
So you think
Probably on cocaine.
You think that Travis Scott is on cocaine?
Oh, yeah.
So you think Travis Scott is just a raging drug addict?
Yeah, most famous people are. Yeah.
Who else do you think is a famous raging drug addict?
Of course, like now, I heard Tory Lanez was a crackhead.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Tory Lanez punked Travis Scott. What do you think?
They're both on drugs.
So you think Tory Lanez smokes rock cocaine?
He's on that, what do you call it? Hard rock? Yeah. And Travis is on that soft.
Ashley, sometimes we have conversations and I have no idea where they're going to go. But they always go somewhere. They go to the other side like Travis Scott. Now, Tory Lanez is a notorious crackhead, according to Ashley. Okay. So you feel like Travis Scott has gotten on cocaine and it's made him more confident?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what do you think are other methods that people use to increase their or improve their self-esteem?
I mean, I think he's I guess just pretending, like faking it till you make it, I guess.
So do you
like I couldn't imagine like if you felt bad about yourself, why would you like feel good? I don't know, that just doesn't make any sense unless you're like pretending.
So have you seen any more recent interviews
of Travis Scott? No.
So when do you think he stopped doing the face covering thing?
Like a few years ago, he stopped doing it. Mm-hmm.
So would you believe that the possibility of implementing new beliefs maybe could have altered his self-esteem?
I mean, I guess.
So do you think maybe taking in certain occult beliefs could alter someone's self-esteem?
I mean, if he felt like it would make him more confident, but why would worshiping the devil how would that make him more confident?
Well, what do you think if if someone was to believe that worshiping the devil was real, what do you think they would ask the devil for?
Like fame or something, I guess.
Okay.
Well, fuck that. If I don't get eternal life, I am not doing anything. You're not getting my soul. That's crazy.
You could live forever in hell. You would really want to live forever? Who would want to live forever? That's a terrible idea.
You wouldn't want to live forever if there was a possibility where they could say you would be 30 your entire life, or maybe 27 your entire life, and you just won't die. You wouldn't take that?
Well, one, I couldn't be 27 my entire life if I lived more than 27 years. So
they would take you back.
But I wouldn't technically be going back.
No, you'll be yourself you'll be your age at 27. Like you're you'll look the same, have the same health as 27-year-old Honcho.
Okay, so do you love and or care about anybody besides yourself?
My kids and my family.
Okay. So imagine,
But like just like
imagine
the
you,
person.
imagine you,
Hmm?
imagine you
Yeah.
get to be 27-year-old Ashley for the rest of your life. While your kid grows up and passes you and eventually fades away, everybody in your family grows of old age and you're here to watch them all die. While you remain 27-year-old Ashley. And then maybe you say, hey, you know what, I'll have more kids and I'll do that. But eventually they all grow old and pass away also. But you
I
continue to
wouldn't
live.
have more kids.
Okay.
I wouldn't.
So, I mean, you're entitled to that.
Fuck that.
So you would
No.
live a life of lonely, eternal despair?
Why would I be lonely?
I mean, well, you could
I
get...
would like me without kids. I mean, like, I would like to say, like, oh, yeah, I would hate it and that would be awful. But I think if I were to live, like, 300... Like, this is all, like, hypothetically. Like,
Yes.
it's never going to happen. But, like, I think I would dislike it at first, but then I think I would eventually get over it.
You have a lot of memories of dead loved ones and friends, and
I mean, if I knew I was going to live forever, like, why would I be lamenting on... Oh, my God, this sounds awful.
Go say it. I'm just waiting for you to say it. Just say it.
No, I mean, I just don't... I think if that was your reality, you would eventually get over it. Like, if I knew that that's what was going to happen, like, what would I be able to change about it?
Okay, but I mean, again...
Like, I would just be living my long life saying, oh, my God, I hate this. No, I wouldn't.
I just wanted to confirm for everyone that you are a terrible person.
Terrible.
Just definitely.
Because I'm not bullshitting or lying and saying, oh, my God.
No, I mean, it's fine. But, I mean, the thing is, like I said, but eventually you're going to lose everyone. So it may be good for a few decades.
Yeah, but I'll still have me.
Huh? Well, you just have to keep moving on. And like I said, you may get a new love interest, and they get old, and then you leave
Why
them.
would I want that? I would be single.
Hmm.
Like, I wouldn't be doing any of this bullshit.
So you just be eternally hoeing it up.
I'll be a player. Fuck that.
Eternally hoeing it up. So okay, just again, no, I would not ask the devil for eternal life if that was something, whatever. I wouldn't ask the devil for anything. But again, I say all this stuff, and I've asked all these questions to get to a point. Yes, there are people who do believe that devil worship is absolutely real. I have known people who currently no longer with us, gentlemen, used to be into some other things. And this is actually a person I never thought would be into something like this until I heard one day he said that he sold his soul to the devil. And the odd thing about it, things started to change into his life, right? And, he came up, if you will. Now, he was on a dangerous path. Unfortunately, some things happened. And again, like I said, no longer with this young gentleman. And it is what it is. But he said some certain things. He said he sold his soul to the devil. He named a specific year. The devil told him that that would be his year. This is what he said. And that year that happened, it was about a year and a half from the date that he said it. Then it happened. That was the year that he came up, and things changed in his life. So, again, I'm not saying that it's real. I'm not saying it's whatever. I know as soon as we get off this phone call, you're going to start looking up stuff and trying to pray to the devil. You're going to be drawing goat's heads and pentagrams and shit, but I'm telling you, don't do it. But again, like I said, he's no longer with us. I don't know what the deal was. I don't know none of that. None of my business. And I'm not saying that it's absolutely real, but I am saying that there are people who do believe in these things. And sometimes the mind can be very powerful. So you could have tricked yourself into believing, well, okay, now I'm going to start going hard this year and things are going to work. And that's what could happen. It could be anything. But there's always a way to explain this, that, or the third, right? I'm not condoning any of it. So first, let's not get that confused or misled, right? Armando, you know just as well as I do. But they say eternally hoeing would be a great BET show. That's what I'm telling you, shit. They running out of ideas. That might need to be a thing. But again, like I said, I do believe that a person, this is what I'm putting together, all these questions that I recently asked you. A person with low self-esteem is willing to do anything, right? And again, they can be easily misled. So if somebody told somebody that you said allegedly has low self-esteem, somebody said, hey, you could fix that problem by praying to the devil or making a deal with the devil or whatever else it is. Or if you believe, just like a lot of these other characters that believe, and there's some other things out there, that if you believe that, you can make a pact, other artists have done it and have had fame. If you've heard shit like this, and then you know that you're in a position to where you're on the brink of this, right? There's a lot of people who don't give a fuck about too much of anything. We talk about this younger generation, especially being soulless and not giving a fuck. I think they're more susceptible to it, that I think there are a lot more people that would be willing to do it than you would like to believe, right? I'm not saying that Travis Scott is one of these people, but I'm also not saying that he's not one of these people. Do I personally think that he went out and selected 8 motherfuckers in a concert and he knew exactly that this was going to happen, it was going to be a sacrifice? No. But I do think that the symbolism around this concert is a sign. It's a sign of his personal beliefs. And again, I don't think it's all fun and games and attention, right? I think that there is something else that he believes deep down inside of himself that he is going to cause to happen or create or do whatever. I don't know, right? Exactly what that is. Like I said, I don't pay that much attention to him. But at the same time, do I believe wholeheartedly that everything that took place at this event should be blamed on him and should be his fault? Absolutely not. There's a point where people have to take in some personal accountability for their actions and behaviors. If you support something like this and you know what's going on, you see the flyer and can tell some old woo shit is going on, some old weird ass shit is going on. That big fucking weird inflatable head alone is enough to get me to say, I think I'll miss out on this. Then, you have to hold yourself accountable for the choice you make. I'm going to go to an environment where, all this is going on. Now, you have a particular religious belief, and let me just leave it at that. But if one of these concerts was filled with things that went against your personal beliefs, would you attend that concert?
No.
Okay. So if there was symbolism and imagery that disgraced your personal beliefs or your religious beliefs, is that something that you would attend?
As long as it's not too offensive.
What is too offensive?
Literally, I don't know, raping people at a concert. I don't know. Or saying, get out of here, Jews. I don't know. Something crazy. It's not just going to be some imagery that I don't care about. It's not going to be that. It'd have to fit. I'd have to see something that would really be offensive. If they're literally chanting to the devil, okay, that would probably, I'd get out of there. But symbolism, no.
Do you believe in affirmations?
Yeah, I do believe in affirmations. I really believe in that type of stuff.
Where do you think those affirmations go when you say them? Where do you think that energy goes whenever you say them?
I just think positive thoughts are good for you. I don't think it's energy going anywhere. It's just changing your mindset.
Is that what you think that Travis did to improve his self-esteem?
Well, he was fucking Rihanna. Oh my God. I think I'm the man. If I did that, oh my gosh. Yeah.
So you want to have sex with Rihanna?
I would. Not that I want to now. I'm saying if I did, I would be oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm the man. Yeah.
So if you were to get with Rihanna, you would be the man in that relationship?
Oh, I wouldn't mind it. I don't even know what that would entail, really, actually. I don't know.
I worry about you, Miss Ashley. I really do. I really do have concerns.
I wouldn't be one of those short haircut, tank top, stud earring wearing lesbians. No, those ones are gross. But, it's a regular one.
have bad concerns for you. But anywho, okay. So like I said, with the humming, and again, like I say, I don't know how intelligent Travis Scott is, but I know that Kanye has talked about the music and the frequencies and certain things like that. Would you say, again, you're a fan of Travis Scott? Would you say that his music has a general theme, general sound to it? Like, would you be able to distinctively identify a Travis Scott beat from, say, some other relatively famous producer?
Yeah.
What does that sound? What is that? What kind of sound does a Travis Scott beat have, in your opinion?
It's usually like a skipping sound, and then kind of like a lot of transitions. Like, you know how like Timbaland used to always do the transitions in a song. Like, it would be like first like a up tempo beat, and then they'd slow it down, and it would be like kind of like an R&B beat for a little bit, and then they'd switch it back.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Don't think that helped explain anything, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. No, it's just like a certain transition. Like, it's like that style. Like, he always has like a up tempo beat, and then he'll switch it to like an R&B beat for a little bit, and then it'll go back to whatever it is.
Okay. All right. So I mean, I think we're just going to end up, seeing different sides of this, right? We're going to see different perspectives.
And I just called in because I don't think he should have to apologize. That's mainly why I was calling in.
Okay. And I can understand that. I can understand him not feeling like he has to apologize. I can 100% understand that. I think if we're talking PR and maybe moral, ethical type situation, then, you send your condolences out there. But the message that he put out, do you feel like, because here's my thing, if you're going to do it, at least do it in a way that means something or says something. Do you feel like the apology or statement that he put out, was actually an apology, or do you think he was just saying some shit? Do you think he meant what he said when he put that grayscale apology out?
No, I don't think he meant what he said, but I don't think he necessarily had to.
So then why say anything?
Because people expected him to say it.
But should he have been a man and said, fuck that, if I don't feel this way, then I shouldn't say anything?
No, he gave the people what they wanted, and that's what they got.
So, but you personally feel like he shouldn't have even done that?
I felt like he didn't have to. Not that he shouldn't have. I mean, whatever, he did it. But I don't feel like he had to say, oh, I'm sorry, or whatever, because it wasn't his fault.
So you think that he bears absolutely no responsibility whatsoever in this situation?
Did he make the people rush the stage?
Well, in a way, you could say he coerced them. The music is what they were there for, and once the music started,
Yeah, they were there for it, but come on.
Here's my thing, right? Here's the thing. Because to a point, I slightly, just slightly, very slightly, agree with you, right? Because I think that, again, like I say, there's a point in where people have to be responsible for their actions. But do you think that anyone would have been aware that it was going to be as packed as it was? Should he, Live Nation, the event staff, anybody else like that, should they have been more informed that with that amount of people, that it was going to be a logistical problem?
Yes, I think whoever, because I don't know if it was his festival or if it was put on by Live Nation.
It's his festival. He's a founder of the festival.
Well, his festival, but what does Live Nation have to do with it then?
I'm sure they...
Is it ultimately their festival or what?
I don't know the nuance and detail. I just know that he's a founder of the festival.
Did he, like, did he front the money for the other acts? Is that where Live Nation comes in, or what?
I don't know the full details. I don't have a copy of the contract.
Right. Anyway, I don't know. I just don't feel like he's responsible. Even if it were his concert, like, I guess he should have had more security. I don't think it was his concert, though.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was like him and Live Nation.
So some of the folks in the chat are saying, and this is a good point. Like I said, I think that, all views on this are important. Should he have stopped the concert once he saw what was going on?
Yeah, once he had seen a person pass out.
So when he first made that statement, said, "Hey, everybody, don't touch him, let him, let the security or whatever get to him." That's where you felt like he should have stopped the concert.
No, I don't think he should have stopped the concert.
Period. At all.
Because, I mean, after niggas were getting trampled, yeah, stop it then. But
so how many niggas have to get trampled for you to stop the concert?
Because I don't think a person passing out at a concert is like that alarming or that surprising. Because I think he had stopped it when he had seen somebody passed out, but I don't think people were like rushing like they were when the 8 people died.
So prior to the knowledge of all this, would you have gone to this concert if it was near you?
Yeah, if I wanted to spend $200 to look at him. If I would have known Master P was there, yeah, I would have got a ticket.
Yeah, I was actually surprised by the Master P thing. They actually said Master P performed right before. But one of the people said that Master P said right before he got off, "Don't die tonight."
To who?
To the crowd right before the other thing started. He said, "Don't die tonight," because I think they said that he performed right before Travis Scott. I didn't show the interview with there's a young man I said I saved. It's about 6 minutes. And he was there and he was talking about, basically all the bodies and things that he saw. And I personally feel like it's more than what they're saying in the media. I really, truly, honestly believe that because of, like I said, all the video angles, people all over different spots of the crowd. It seemed like it was happening, everywhere. And just how compressed people were. So I think there may be more fallout than we honestly know. I think certain stuff is being suppressed. But again, so you feel like after the first passing out, maybe not, but once people started trampling, maybe so. Do you think it would have been difficult for him to recognize that people were getting trampled if, people tend to rage and mosh at these events?
Yeah, I think it would have been very difficult to see.
Okay. So again, I don't know. I have no words because I'm still on the symbolism thing and how you just don't feel like that's a thing, but okay. So
I mean, it's a thing, but I don't care for it. It's like,
but I'm not saying you, okay? But I mean, because you said you would spend the money at a concert, but I'm saying that you don't think that this sends a message, an energy, a belief to, especially you're not as young as most of his fans, right?
No.
Okay. So
his fans are like teenagers.
Okay, so these are impressionable people, impressionable young people, generally in that time of their life when they're trying to figure out who or these days what they are. And, trying to get this grasp on this thing that we call life. And their favorite artist is doing these particular symbols, rituals, whatever else you want to call them. You don't think that has an impact on those kids?
I mean, because I just don't think it's real. So it's like, I mean, I don't see how impactful it would be. Because I don't see the average person, like, acting on it. Like, even if you're looking at that, you're not going to, like, start worshiping the devil and sacrificing animals and all types of dumb shit. You're not going to do that.
So who was your favorite artist growing up when you were a teen, say between 15 and 18? Who was your favorite entertainer?
My favorite entertainer?
Yes.
15 and 18. I would say, like a singer or a rapper? Like, what are we talking?
Just entertainer.
Entertainer. I would say Webby.
Do you think Webby's an intelligent person?
I don't know what he does.
I mean, just think. You don't have to have a fact. When you're just thinking about something, not actually to present me a 5-page book report, just do you think that he's a smart person?
I don't know. He hasn't led me to believe he isn't.
He hasn't led you to believe that he isn't.
No.
Do you think that there are various forms of intelligence?
I mean, I would say, like, what would you base it on? Like, I don't know him.
I mean, just your perception of Webby. Would you say that, hey, that's a intelligent guy?
Yeah, I would say he's successful.
Success and intelligent are two different things.
Right. But why does he need to be smart in order for me to listen to his music? Like,
I didn't say that. I just asked if you thought that he was intelligent.
yeah, I think he's intelligent. I think he's a regular Einstein.
Okay. If you are
Smart.
Okay. So do you think that listening to Webby at that age in any way influenced your behaviors and or decisions that you made in life?
No, hell no. No.
Do you?
I mean, I guess like my influenced me to listen to other artists. Like I didn't like down south music like that, or like a lot of down south artists. I just like one. Then,
What did you say,
nigga? A different style.
You didn't like down south music?
No, like I just listen to like I usually just listen to Master P, but then like like Little Flip and all that type of shit. Like Bun B, I didn't listen to that. That's 2-7 for me.
You said a lot of stuff in this conversation. This is probably the worst of the stuff that you said in this conversation.
What?
I said you said a lot of stuff in this conversation, but that part is probably the worst of the things that you've said in this entire conversation.
What? Why have you opened my eyes?
You didn't really like Bun B.
No, I don't. I don't like hip hop like that. Like real hip hop, I don't like that shit. I like popular music.
It makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Popular music is
like
free.
real underground. Unless it's like West Coast, I could listen to like, but like underground New York bullshit. Oh God, I hate East Coast music, and I hate to even sound like that, but all that's trash.
Oh, Ashley, we got plenty of things to talk about. But okay, the reason why I say
like people from the East, you like East Coast rap, like KRS-One. Are you jamming out to that shit?
No, absolutely not. But
Black Rob.
when my in my younger days, if there was a couple of some. No, I was not a fan. I like Nas. I was a fan of Nas.
Couple, but you're not gonna listen to his underground. Like, oh shit, I got his mixtape from him before he started. No,
absolutely not. No,
trash.
Will not. I can act. You know what? Actually, it depends. If it was something on a screw tape, if Screw chopped it, then yeah, I might have listened to it because it sounded much better to us that way. So it depends. But no, I was not going out looking for East Coast music. But here's my thing. I say all this because we're getting way off track. I say all this to say that these children are influenced by these guys. And so if Travis Scott came out and said, and I'm not saying this is what he said, but again, there's smoke, there's fire. If he came out and said, hey, I was successful because I worship the devil or I pray to this entity or whatever. I mean, it ain't got to be the devil since you said you don't believe in the devil, whatever else. I pray to this particular entity and I've had all the successes in the world because I did that. Or it was found out that behind the scenes he was doing this and it was related to all these symbols and all these other things. Do you think in this day and age where we live where especially people are wanting more fame and money, it seems like, but people live for fame and money, and nobody gives a shit about anybody else. Do you think that people would try to, emulate that path if they found out that's what he believes made him successful to the point of where he is now?
I guess, but that's already a popular belief without Travis Scott saying it.
So if that's already a popular belief and he uses symbols related to these beliefs, you don't feel like there's any connection?
I feel like people don't genuinely believe that it's real.
Do you not think
Because I think
So do you not think that people believe it's real, or is it that you don't see the people?
I think it's like people like witches or something crazy like that. Like, yeah, people talk about them, or some people believe in that, but I think most people just don't get into that. It's just not, I don't know, like folklore, or not really folklore. It's just like, I don't know.
Miss Ashley, Miss Ashley, when you called in, I said it was going to be the last call. I did not intend for us to go this far, but for some reason, whenever we talk, this tends to happen. We get in these strange areas. We get into these interesting beliefs. But you know what? I appreciate you for it, because that's what makes the Den so great. People having a variety of beliefs. We shouldn't all, believe the same thing all the time, right? I think that it helps us have or try to have a better understanding of one another, and, why people believe what they believe, and, where those thoughts originate from. And, it gives us a better understanding of ourselves also. So I do appreciate you for being you, even though I may not quite understand you fully. And sometimes you have some strange responses, but I do appreciate you. I want you to know that. Do you have any other further thoughts on, the situation with Travis Scott and, the things that have played out with this whole arrangement?
No, I just feel terribly for what happened, but I just don't think it's his fault.
Okay. Do you think he will end up paying anyway?
Oh, he's going to pay a lot of money. I think his insurance would probably pay the families.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. But did you notice how on the news, like right away, they started placing blame? Like, I don't know if you see, I don't know who this guy was. I think he was like a police chief or something. But he was like, oh, well, we had such and such there. Like this amount of response teams available, and they did a good job. They responded in, like less than 2 minutes. They got the people out there. But he was literally trying to say like, oh, well, we had everything in place, and we were doing, everything on our end was correct. However, like we just don't know what happened. Like, I don't think somebody was pricking somebody in the neck. That sounds so crazy.
I don't put anything past anybody. But one last question.
I don't think that was happening.
One last question. You think the cops made that up? But I got one last question for you, right? This is a viewer request question. Can you name 3 things that you can cook? What are the 3 things that you cook the best?
Oh, I can make fried chicken, potato salad, and what is it? Like a really good
Broccoli?
It's like a roasted beet salad. It's super good.
You said a roast beef salad?
No, roasted beef. Beet.
Beet.
Like,
like beet,
like beetroot.
like the shit that
Beetroot.
Doug Funny used to eat.
Huh?
Like the shit that Doug Funny used to eat, beets.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh, nostalgia.
Yes, are there? Now, I got 2 questions about your potato salad. You said, right?
Mhm.
1, are there raisins in the potato salad?
Definitely not.
Okay, all right. And 2, what color is your potato salad?
Yellow.
Okay, just making sure. Just making sure. And technically you said I got you. I will no, I got you, Miss Andrea. You said make a roasted beet salad. Is that technically cooking if you're making a salad?
Yeah, because you have to cook the beets.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. All right. Well, I have no further questions, Miss Ashley. I do appreciate you calling in this evening. And I thank you for the conversation.
No problem.
You have a good one.
You too. Send nudes. Bye.
Wow, terrible, terrible person. And shout out. I see we have a few new folks in here. And I appreciate y'all for being here. If you enjoy the conversation, this is a terrible place to be, right? We talk about a variety of any and everything. Differences of opinion are always welcome. Like I said, we will talk about the things here that most people don't talk about. We go live Sunday through Friday. We still may take off Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central. And I try my best not to talk too much and open up the line, but sometimes I do talk too much. So, and sometimes I do enjoy getting into the conversation, and they do go a little bit long. But see, Miss Andrea said she had wanted to call. I'll definitely take your call. But the thing is, yes, if you are new to this, the thing we do more than anything is try to have fun, because we live in a crazy world where everything is terrible or, too PC. This is a place where we speak honestly, we speak freely. And again, differences of opinions are always welcome. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, I made it through. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you? Who do we have who am I speaking to?
This is Andrea Lee. I literally just was on your site. I'm new to your channel, and I'm very surprised you picked up. That's amazing. But this is also such a tragedy, because this is horrific, and I'm a big conspiracy theorist, but if you don't want to go there, we don't have to.
No, let's go there. I don't think conspiracy theories is like a real. I think you just have your beliefs. Conspiracy theories is such a weird word. That's a word people made to try to dispel other beliefs. I think we should talk about it.
Right. Well, let's say I have my beliefs. I have faith. Do I believe in good and evil? Do I believe in heaven and hell? Absolutely. Do I go to church? No, unfortunately. But when it comes to this situation, this is horrific. I feel like there's too many people, whether you're my age and I'm 36, or you could be in your 20s, you need to stop believing in these false idols. You need to realize that they're just people for entertainment purposes. Like to see the footage of, these, what I saw, which I don't even know if I fully believe. 1 minute you're hearing a 10-year-old died, and then they're all of a sudden not talking about it. And I'm wondering why a 10-year-old was even at, a rap concert to begin with. Right. And it's just so, it's sad and crazy, and it's absolutely devastating. But I really want people to know, just live your life. Don't, follow these false idols.
I agree.
Right. You know what I mean? I'm not anybody special. I am not trying to say I have a channel or I am out there doing anything with myself, but I just see too many people that are following this craziness of rappers or celebrities or anything, and it's just why? Did you see the footage of the stampede of people who didn't supposedly get tickets?
Oh yeah. Earlier in the stream, I showed a bunch of different videos, different angles of what was going on all sides of the concert, the stampede, the rush to the merch line, how they were hopping over the barriers and
Oh my
everything.
God.
It was bad from the very beginning. But I agree
Right.
with you. We gotta. I think those people though have a lack of something inside, and they look to these celebrities and they look to these people to idolize to try to fill that void that they have within themselves.
Exactly, and it's crazy because I talked to my mother was devastated to hear about this, but my mother's in her like 70s, and she's like, "Oh my God, you don't remember the Beatles, but I do." She's like, people were being dragged out, passed out because like they were like falling over them, and it's like, why? Because they're like, I went to I'm not a big person for concerts, but I went to a New Kids on the Block concert, and I'm sorry, maybe it's me, I don't know, but I could care less. I was like, yeah, this is great, but some people were like fighting over, it's like so crazy how like animalistic people get over it. Yeah. It's just, it's almost disgusting and disturbing. And I feel like there should be, I don't know. I felt this whole situation was completely out of control, especially hearing like $7 for a bottle of water, especially in Dallas. And, I felt like, between the pandemic, this was definitely understaffed, and this is all about just making money I know a festival is different than a concert, and I'm like, just I don't know, but if you want me to go into conspiracies, which I really don't want to, unfortunately you're hearing all this crap about like Kylie Jenner being there and like her family being these like grand high witches, and I don't know if that's true. I know if there's good, there's evil, but I know Hollyweird is what it is. But Lord, it is insane.
Well, like I said, I don't want to force you to do anything you don't want to do, but I am curious. Maybe if you could give us a taste of what you kind of feel.
Well, they're obviously Armenian, and I guess their ancestry goes back to a long generation of witches, and then you hear the part about, their, unfortunately, whoever they've been with, I don't know about Courtney and Scott, but, like different, like Lamar Odom and everything, like supposedly people that they have been with have kind of suffered, like all the men in their lives, and Kanye. And Kanye, I did like his music at one point, and I do respect him, but it kind of seems like after he, was with Kim, I was like, what the hell's going on here? And to me, I suffer from mental health. Like, I have bipolar. I do suffer from things like that. So I see, mental health issues with him. But I'm also wondering, like, he's trying to start a church and everything, but at the same time, I'm wondering, is that more for his ego, or is this like a false, idolism to the Church of Kanye instead of, let's say a real, either Christian belief, let's say. And don't even get me started on religion. I was grown up Christian, and I had so many people in my life that were Catholics, and they're like, well, what's the difference? And I'm like, oh my God, here we go. Like, it's not different, but it is different. And it's just like, that's why at this point in my life, I'm like, I have my faith, and you know what? I don't need to go to no church. And we all know about the Vatican. We all know about the horrific things that some, priests have done. How do you feel? Where does your let's say, faith or religious, or if you have any stand.
Well, first, shout out to Miss Sarah Lou. I appreciate the super chat love. Me personally, like I said, I do have faith. I do believe that there is a God. I was raised, and some people don't believe it or forget. I was raised Jehovah's Witness, right? I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not.
No, I dated Jehovah's Witness for a long time, so I know about that faith. Yep.
Yeah, so I was raised that way, but like I said, I'm not practicing. I probably hadn't been necessarily active in it since maybe 13 or 14, something like that. But it still
So
has a
you're
lot
like
of foundation
yeah.
in some of the things I believe. Now, like I said, I have definitely deviated far from the script, but like I say, in what I do believe, it does have a foundation. But
yes.
So I would say that loosely
Yes.
based around.
And believe it or not, when I actually dated a Jehovah's Witness, I realized, like, okay, when Christmas and things like that, okay, that's part of paganism to a degree. Like, I learned a few things. I'm like asking my ex, I'm like, why don't you celebrate, Christmas? And he goes, well, believe it or not, it's part of paganism. And then you kind of go into certain other holidays. I mean, do you know what I mean when I say this?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I just find it interesting because, I mean, it's like, okay, that's, a part of me, so when I went to church with him, they were very sweet and nice and wanted me to join so fast. I mean, it was pretty interesting how, like, sweet they were, but I do get it. I mean, these, like, it's almost like these false holidays. That's kind of what they are. And it's, sorry, go on.
No, yep. I've always had, even before I had an understanding of that, I've always looked at the kind of commercial aspect of holidays. If you notice, it's always like a major holiday each quarter. And to me, I always look at it like that's a reason to stimulate the economy a little bit, to get people spending money, giving each other gifts, and doing all this, giving you a reason to put yourself in debt. But but yeah, there's definitely a lot of ties to there's a lot of misconceptions about the holidays that we have, and I think if people really looked further into that, they would be surprised.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you taking my call, and it was very nice of you. I just had a few words to say, but honestly, this is just so tragic and devastating, and I really, I feel like this was, lack of supply security, just, I mean, the pandemic it's like money and greed and just, I mean, I don't know, but I feel like there could possibly be some type of conspiracy through this. I don't know, but I hate to dive into that because it's a circle I don't want to get into. Like, I didn't even know this happened because I hate watching the news. Yeah. Right now, I'm just so sick of it's so much. It's too much. It's making everybody crazy. You know what I mean? And people are just tearing each other apart, and it's so sad. So, I mean, being on YouTube alone, just listening and watching things is enough for me, even though it's like, there's only so much I can take, But I found your channel, and you were talking about this, and I wanted to come on, and I'm glad you took my call. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate you calling, and, like I said, we do this usually 9 p.m. Central Time. We usually go about 2 hours from Sunday to Friday. And like I said, this is a community of folks, and you're more than welcome to be a part of that community. We definitely invite you to call back and, like I said, join us on many of the other topics that we talk about. So I appreciate you calling.
I will definitely subscribe. Thank you very much, and you have a good night.
All right, you too. Thank you so much.
Take care.
All right, you too. Shout out to Miss Andrea. Usually on Sunday we were bringing back the Sunday night confessions. And again, if y'all new to this, like I said, it's been a while since we got up to 60 folks in the chat. That tells y'all something. But those are back in the Jesse Smollett days and some of the other conversations. But again, if y'all new to this and trying to figure out what's going on, we talk about everything on this channel. And again, a variety of opinions are welcome, whether you agree, disagree. Everybody's welcome in the den. Like I said, just be able to hold your own. I think the chat's been really nice tonight. I don't know why y'all have been so polite tonight. And some of y'all are like, man, these motherfuckers been here talking shit. This is a nice night, probably because Heidi ain't been in here in a while. But the thing about the den is all opinions are welcome. You will never be banned, blocked, or shut out for, speaking your piece and believing what you believe, whether you disagree with me, you disagree with somebody in the chat, whoever's calling on the line. Variety of opinions is the problem that I feel like that we have in this country. And we're about to wind it down here, but please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button if you're new to this. But the problem is that people don't speak honestly anymore. And people don't really have a real understanding of what other people believe and what's going on around them. And we all come from different backgrounds. We all come from different parts of the country, some folks internationally. But it's good to be able to have genuine conversations, right? We're all friends of the den for the most part. That's a lie. Some of us hate each other. But the thing is that, people should be able to have a place where they can go to have real, genuine discussion and not be, not feel like they have to align with a certain belief or they have to, be this or that to fit in. Whoever you are, that person is welcome to the den. And we're always glad to have you here. So if you want, hit that subscribe button. Like I said, live Sunday through Friday, 6 days a week. Saturdays, got to take a day off. Lewis, I saw that. Let me cut the line real quick to make sure. And I'm going to put the Discord link in there. For those of you who fuck with the Discord, I'll put that link in there. It's a great place to join the conversation. Lewis, I saw that you said a 19-year-old got kicked out of her house by her grandmother for accepting $2K to be in a ghetto gaggers. Have you ever seen, to go way off track, have you ever seen like I don't know if it's Ghetto Gaggers, but it's a compilation like that, right? And the dude basically has like all the chicks that are about to be in the scene. And I mean, he dogs them out in the worst way. So maybe she should have went with a different thing. I don't know. How do you get caught? Is your grandma watching Ghetto Gaggers? Like, hey, I was trying to sign up for that. I don't know how that works, but that is crazy, right? That is real wild. Let me put the link in here. Here's the link to the Discord for those of you who would like to chop it up. We're in there pretty active. We have a pretty active community in the Discord. We have a pretty active community on YouTube. Like I say, this is not a channel. This is a community because everybody's opinion matters. This is a discussion that we have. This is communication that we have with one another, man. So everybody is welcome here. That's crazy. That is crazy, crazy. The Den chat embraces everyone that's not openly gay. That's a lie. Ken used to be here all the time. Ken never got ran off. I never shut Ken off the line. Ken used to call in on the line and talk crazy, say some of the most uncomfortable things. And I let him have free range. So I've never run off anybody. The Den folk have never run off anybody. If anybody's ever left the Den, it's because, they went on to greater things. Whatever they mean. So I embrace all people. Even if I disagree with certain lifestyles or certain beliefs, I am willing to have a conversation with any and everyone. I respect everybody, right? Except for terrible people who do bad things, stuff like that. But other than that, I have respect for everybody, right? So there's that. Ken is listening right now. I hope he is. Hope Ken is doing all right. A salute to Ken, right? He had some, I think he had the photography business going on in New York. So I hope that is successful. I hope all things are going well for Ken. I have no issue with Ken. I like Ken. Like I said, Ken was funny as shit. Except that day, well, I won't say not except, even that day was funny. But the day Ken and Bell got into it still might be that might have been one of the, and I've did some wild shit. That night is a night I'll never, ever, ever forget. I saw a side of Miss Bell that I never thought we'd see. And some of y'all are probably in here like, who are these people you're talking about? We have a very robust community of individuals, like I said, all types of people from all different backgrounds, all different beliefs. And we all have become kind of like this weird little family in this corner of YouTube. It's I don't know how it happened. I think it's a beautiful thing because I think if more people were honest, I think like it would work for society as a whole. But you know, the media, the most effective devil in America, has us all hating one another for whatever reason, right? And trying to get us into a bunch of weird shit that doesn't matter. But again, you ain't gotta let that control you. Here, we're all friends in the den until something crazy happens. But Black Ashley, but see, here's the thing: Ashley versus Misty was a lot of bitches. Like I've listened to a lot of rap music all my life until the last few months when I stopped listening to it. I've never heard that many bitches in I'm like, you could play a 2 Live Crew album, right? And then backdoor it with a 2 Short album, and then backdoor it with album of Pimp C's greatest hits, and not hear that many bitches. Like the whole phone call was bitch, fuck you, bitch, you're a bitch, fuck you, bitch. And it's like, what is? And I see at that time, I wish I had my thing. I could have just kept track and just had the bitch counter and just been, because I counted when I actually started counting. It was at like 75 bitches. Like it was at like 75 bitches. And I was like, and the bitches probably went for like 2 or 3 minutes before I actually started counting. Like it was a smorgasbord of bitches. But all right, it's time for me to get ready to lay it down, man. Trey, who's Trey? What Trey are you talking about? Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of attention. What's Trey? What's Trey you talking about? I don't remember. Chicago. Oh man, that night everybody called in threatening Chicago Mike, putting addresses on it. Little Roman like 15, 16-year-old giving out his mama address. Roman probably got a spanking for that shit. Oh, Trey was her son. I was like, who the fuck is Trey? What are you talking about? That's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing to say, Ronald Isley. You're terrible. Trey was minding his own business in the military somewhere. But all right, let me just call it a wrap. Y'all know when I start rambling, y'all know what time it is. But I appreciate y'all, man. I thank y'all. It is my honor, my privilege, my pleasure. And I appreciate all the callers. I appreciate everybody in the chat who, voiced their thoughts and opinions on this particular topic, this particular conversation. Tomorrow, 9 p.m. I'll be telling you, I'll expect some short recordings. It's a topic or two I wanna cover, but I don't know if I'm gonna drop them tomorrow. I got a few things to do tomorrow, so we might just go live tomorrow. But just stay tuned. But I appreciate y'all. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tell a friend about the den. That being said, chugging up a deuce, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Until mañana. Oh, I got the little button. Push the button. Where's it at? Oh, there we go. No problem. Terrible. Everybody go to bed. All y'all. It's daylight savings time, all that other shit. See, that's why I got that little extra. Y'all know I'm old. I got that extra energy because of daylight savings time. If it wasn't daylight saving time, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Yeah, 17, so you over here bullying people. We gonna have a den Jeopardy and put 17 on. We gonna put all our money into sponsoring 17. We just gonna send them to Jeopardy. But an Aaron Rodgers episode. All right, I'm going. Y'all good night. I appreciate y'all. Signing out.